they got Luka Don.
Hey, Reeves.
And then LeBron, the real big three. I just don't have the voice to do it. I wish I did. I truly did. Really do. I would give up a large amount of my talents to have the ability to like really sing.
To just stockpile all of your talent points into one skill.
Yeah, like as a video game character. If you could like be like, oh, I would give up 2 points of public speaking for 4 points of singing. Mm-hmm. Probably because I feel like my public speaking's up there. And once you get higher, I feel like they cost more talent points to keep upgrading it. So that would make sense. I feel like each one of my public speaking points would be 2 talent points apiece.
Yeah.
So I could knock that down a couple to give me some more singing. I also... Do you think that having no shame would mean I'm super high or super low? Have I spent a lot of my talent points in being easily not embarrassed?
It depends on the on the skill. Like if it's the
if that's a skill in itself, is not embarrassed, because I could milk that for a minute. Because I am.
I mean, I think that is a very big factor with your public speaking, probably. I'm sure.
Oh, they it's like a tree. They interweave.
Yeah, I'm sure that boosts that. I would think
probably. Anyway, if life was like 2K, gotta buy me some more VC or whatever it's called. VC, right?
Yeah, virtual coins, I think, or virtual currency, something like that.
Something.
Yeah.
I haven't played 2K in. When was Kyrie on the cover? 17?
Celtics jersey? I think that was 2K18. I want to say 2K18.
Yeah, because it was Madden 18. Because Brady was on Madden and Kyrie was on 2K, and I was like, both my teams.
Yeah,
isn't it funny how time has worked out?
I can't remember, but yeah.
Because 14 was Paul George, right? No, Michael Jordan. Was 16 Paul George?
Michael Jordan was 11 and 12. I don't think Michael Jordan's had his own cover for the original, because all these different games have alternate
Legends
covers.
editions, and Kobe's been a cover 6 times.
Yeah,
if you count all those.
2K24, he was definitely the cover. Kobe was.
Yeah,
because 24, that would make sense.
Yeah, his number. Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know if I could go through and recite it. 26. I know Zion was 1 year. Well, not
wasn't
anytime
it Book
recently.
Once too, or was Book 25?
Booker was 25? That sounds
maybe
weird. Maybe.
I feel like Book was 1.
Yeah, I feel like at one point, but I don't know if it was.
I'm going to get roasted. I just realized who it is.
Is it Cooper Flagg?
I think it's Jason Tatum.
26 is Jason Tatum?
I think.
That's a terrible choice. Why would they do that? They must have
I think they announced it before. Oh, it's Shea. So
that would
was Tatum not a 2K? I thought he was.
I think he was 25.
He was 25.
Yeah, I want to say he was 25.
There's proof I don't play 2K, but they picked a good player for.
I still play 24. I haven't gotten 25 or 26.
So is that one not? Is there not one that's Book? I thought there was.
Not that I know of. My camera is frozen on my OBS. Is it frozen on Discord also?
It is frozen on Discord also.
Okay, let me see if I can fix that really quick.
He was 2K23.
Booker was?
Yeah.
Okay, and that makes sense because he was in the 22 finals with the Suns.
And then 24 was just Kobe. 25 was Tatum. And 26 is Shea.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is unfortunate your camera's frozen.
Yeah, I'm glad we hadn't actually really gotten into the episode.
Yeah, that's just a random thing you can throw in the trash.
There we go, though. I think we can keep everything that we've done so far.
Sick.
Now my resolution looks a lot higher. I don't know what happened, but I look a lot more. I don't know
if mine does. You look same-ish to me, but it's also Discord on my what is Elon fascist? Whatever he is. Elon fascism internet. Starlink. Shout out.
Oh, use Starlink. Nice.
No, I am not a fascist.
Neo-Nazi?
And I only use. Yeah, whatever. Is that what he is? I don't even know.
I mean, that's what people say. I'm not saying that's my opinion. I'm just saying that's what people say.
No, that's the hip zinger to throw at him. And his mom had to do just an ungodly amount of Tylenol. Just mainline it into her veins. She kept the acetaminophen open for 9 months. She was acetaminophen. They should have had it'd be a BAC, not blood alcohol content, blood acetaminophen content, because she was blowing a .08 for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, basketball time.
Hello and welcome to the Victor Wembanyama episode of the Hoop Theory podcast, aka episode 123, which is in honor of him being the first pick in the 23 draft. Recording this one on the evening of Monday, October 13th in the year of our Lord 2025. My name is Logan Wortman, and I am once again joined by my Parisian co-host, Jacob Roth. Jacob, how does it feel to be on the Victor Wembanyama episode?
Feels pretty good. I thought of this before. Did you know that there was, for a very brief time, a man named Michael Jackson that played in the NBA, and he could have been a fun little 1, 2, 3 because it's easy as ABC 1, 2, 3. Michael Jackson 5. Anyway, but that is very fun. And what was my adjective? Parisian, like of Persia?
No, of Paris. Parisian.
Oh,
yeah, because he's from like a suburb of Paris.
Yeah,
Victor.
he's a French parrot. Like if you ask us Americans, France is just Paris. Like that was a joke. Haha.
Yeah.
Latvia listeners, that was a joke.
Latvia
But,
listeners.
We are actually probably two of the higher echelon geography knowers of the place that gets made fun of over here.
Yeah, for sure.
We're pretty weirdly geographically locked in.
Yeah, I could probably name like 20 French cities, I would say, give or take.
I could name 20 French cities if it's World War II themed. I could do a really good job of that. I would love to stroll down the streets of Carentan myself. But I could probably name 20 if I really dug deep. But that's a very nice way to tie it all in. We're talking about the West today. Wemby is in the West. King of the West? Maybe someday soon.
Probably
not that soon, but I would be shocked if he's not deemed King Wemby the first of the West at some point in his career.
Mm-hmm. And which by default is of best of both conferences, basically. Yeah,
at this point, the way that things are currently at. But I also think when they do the two teams add in the NBA, they're just really going to mix things up and go NFL style, which I think is correct. Probably the way to do it. But
which I don't know if you've heard about the slowing down of expansion talk. Apparently the NBA is changing their eye, looking elsewhere into Europe. They're going to start a competition for the EuroLeague, NBA Europe. And that's going to replace expansion, they think.
That seems stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just because, why would you not get to 32?
I know, but...
Like, the NFL's gotten to 32, and guess what? The NFL kicks your butt. Do whatever they do, and copy it as close as you can.
I think they think that there's more money to be made in Europe, especially with a couple of the biggest EuroLeague clubs. I think Real Madrid. I don't want to get them wrong, but there's a few big clubs that are in talks with the NBA. They're interested in joining the NBA, essentially. To do it's a league of the NBA, but just in Europe of like 12 teams.
Yeah, the NBA is just like the early 2000s NFL at the moment. There was an NFL Euro.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Hamburg. Oh, okay. I'm going to get in my bag here. I don't need to, but I could.
Yeah.
I know some of these teams from Madden 08 because when I was a little gremlin kid, I'd put it on rookie, play my beloved New England Patriots, and I would destroy because they were like 50 overall because they all sucked.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I want to say it was the Hamburg Sea Devils.
I feel like I remember this now that you're saying this too. That there was something like that on Madden at one point. I was thinking they were like Canadian cities, but maybe not.
No, on the money. It is the Hamburg Sea Devils. Let's ride.
Nice. And which Madden edition was good?
That was Madden 08. Vince Young on the cover. So the 2007 season.
Yeah, I remember that. I had that in the Wii.
Oh, also even more niche. Apparently, the NFL Europe was only a 3-year endeavor.
Oh.
2005 to 2007.
Nice. But anyways, yeah, that's something it looks like it's going to be in the near future for the NBA, potentially. Because a few of those teams, their deals with the EuroLeague expire here in like 1 or 2 seasons. And that's when they're looking at maybe inserting themselves. And LeBron and Maverick Carter, apparently their money is being invested in that. At least that's the rumor. Because you know how LeBron a few years ago was like, hey, I need the team in Vegas. So now that's where his stuff is going instead, they think now.
Guess what? LeBron has enough money that he could do both.
Potentially. Yeah.
I just feel like that would be silly. Because, like, my other issue is if the question mark was like, oh, we have Seattle, we don't have another market. Shucks, what do? We have 2 markets. It's not like you really got to grasp at straws to come up with Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not that deep. Unless they're trying to avoid Vegas, then you also have Louisville as a very valid probably option. St. Louis, which already kind of is low-key. You got a bunch of basketball. It's like a bed of basketball talent. Yeah. So why would you not like put a team there to continue to grow that?
Montreal.
Grow your game, Adam. Maybe. Yeah. Montreal. Let's throw some more Canada in there.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico City.
Yeah, Mexico City. That would be a lot of travel. But
Mexico City, at least it's the right time zone.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
a big part of
it.
For viewing.
Yeah, anyway.
Montreal's in the Eastern times. It's on the East Coast, so it's...
Yeah, but instead of doing the crazy Europe thing where...
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Most people would have to watch it not live.
Yeah, it's like 6 hours ahead.
Time issues.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, we're going to play this game at 11:30 in the morning. Let's ride.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
No, for sure. But I guess before we get into the actual episode, which is the Western Conference, if you guys heard last episode, we did the East of the over-unders, regular season wins. Before we get into that, though, I'd like to say thank you for listening. Please be sure to hit us up on Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee if you would like to support us. That's patreon.com/hooptheory and buymeacoffee.com/hooptheory. All of our links can also be found in the description of both the show and the episode, wherever you're watching or listening to this. We would also greatly appreciate... Wow, I'm not talking well today. But we would also greatly appreciate it if you would rate the show, leave a like or a comment. Of course, be sure to subscribe and follow the feed. And lastly, we would also love it if you sent something into our mailbag for us to read and react to. Basketball related or otherwise, you can send those over to hooptheory.mailbag@gmail.com. And so I guess to get us started off, the last episode, it's kind of weird how this works out, but we started off with the Boston Celtics, which is your favorite team.
It is.
And that was just because they're the first team alphabetically and the first division alphabetically. And the same is the case here in the West for my favorite team, the Denver Nuggets. So that will be the team we start off with. Their line this year is 53.5 wins. Last year, it was 50.5. And every year that we've done this, I've locked the over. Last year was the first year it did not pay off because they missed it by 1 win. They got 50 wins when they needed 51. But yeah, this year, 53.5 is the number. They made some moves this offseason. A lot of people kind of dubbed them the winners of the offseason. I think more in the, ancillary pieces on the perimeter type of moves. But that's Cam Johnson was the main guy that they got, obviously, with the MPJ trade. Bruce Brown and Tim Hardaway Jr. both got signed on veteran minimums. And then Jonas Valanciunas, we got somehow in dumping Dario Saric to the Kings. I still don't understand how that happened, but we have Jonas Valanciunas as our backup center now. Deron Holmes, who was out all last season, so I'm considering him an addition. This will be his rookie season. Kessler Edwards, most people probably wouldn't list here, but that's the last name I have on my key additions. I have in parentheses sneaky ? Because I've kind of liked him every stop of his career, and I feel like he's the perfect kind of guy that might pop alongside a guy like Jokic because he's just a hustle, like rebounding wing, so I feel like he could maybe do some stuff here. And then the key losses, MPJ, Michael Porter Jr., obviously, Russell Westbrook, who at the moment I believe is still a free agent. I haven't heard any news on that. And then Vlatko Čančar, who just got signed by, or not just, but a while ago in the offseason, got signed to Olympia Milano, which is a team in the EuroLeague. And he was not allowed to play famously for his in the Eurobasket for Slovenia. So Luka didn't have any star power alongside him because the owner of that club of Milano was like, I don't want my players getting injured. So he didn't let him or another player who would have been on Slovenia, didn't let him play. And then Luka had a comment that was like, how is like a team that's not even close to the caliber of the Lakers? You know, how do the Lakers let their players play, but not this EuroLeague team? Which is pretty funny. But yeah, anyways, though, back to the Nuggets. David Adelman, first year as head coach. We'll see how that goes. Jokic, I think, he just did what I thought was impossible last season. I never thought Jokic would ever have a season where he averaged 30 points a game, just because that's like against everything in Jokic's body.
His ethos is not bad.
Yeah, but somehow that's what we had. He averaged just under 30 points a game. I don't think he'll do that this year. He'll probably be closer to like 25, I would think, because of all the help he has around him. And then I feel like this is the strongest I've ever felt about a potential year of Jamal. Like Jamal Murray finally having the season, the preeminent, like where he actually kind of has a season
I'm worth my money.
Yeah, exact. Or at least like has a season that is equal to his status that like people see him as. Like the quality of player that people like kind of view him as is definitely several notches above anything he's had in the actual regular season output. You know what I mean?
Yes, because he has moments in stretches like he's an old LeBron. He can turn it on for 5 minutes, it feels like, but there's never, or that's disrespectful. He can do a whole game, but it's never a consistent regular season I'm Himothy type of thing.
Yeah, and then he's had several playoff runs where he is like several levels above where he's at in the regular season. So that factors into it also. But I think this year might be because he's, the biggest thing with his regular seasons in the past is always the start. He always starts off so slow. But he is looking like a gamer in the preseason, at least, which is very unusual for him. So if he gets off to a hot start, like maybe this is the year that it all, it's a whole year of just good Jamal. So I'm trying to manifest that, I guess you could say. And then the other guys on the roster, just to give my full little, Nuggets thing here. Aaron Gordon, his health is a key factor, seeing if he's going to be like the same bouncy athletic maniac that he's been like 2 seasons ago. Last year, he was injured all last year, kind of hampered for the most part. It wasn't really quite the same guy as he has been the past couple of years before that. So we'll see if, where that pattern goes. And then the other guys on the roster, younger guys that I think could be taking a step up, could be like key contributors in that way. Obviously, one guy that's above all the rest of them, Christian Brown, will be in the starting lineup. But if he takes even another step up, that would be huge. Peyton Watson, though, I think might be the biggest key. Like he could very easily take a step up or just stay stagnant and kind of fall out of the rotation for the Nuggets. But if he really is like taking a key step up, then he's going to be a very valuable piece in that second unit and potentially a spot starter when, we have injuries and everything. So, and then the other guys, Julian Strawther and Jalen Pickett. The reason why I throw Pickett in there is because the Nuggets depth chart, if you look at it, we're pretty deep for the most part everywhere except for the point guard position. Bruce Brown is basically like our backup point guard, even though he works better as a 2-3. So Jalen Pickett if he's able to be like a viable backup point guard, that would be huge as well. But yeah, that's a lot of talking from me. Do you have any thoughts before we give our picks?
The one that I'm like kind of weirdly excited for is Tim Hardaway Jr. I just feel like if there's anybody that like, he is just the archetype of like, not the grit and grind type, but like, he's just always going to get good looks. And I feel like that's when he excels. Like he looked really good next to Luka.
Oh yeah.
Until he didn't, when like things kind of deteriorated down there. So in Dallas. So I feel like he's a guy. I love Deron Holmes. I feel like that guy's going to be just like kind of like a Jared Vanderbilt kind of like where he's just going to be able to do a lot of that dirty work.
I think he reminds me a lot of Al Horford, to be honest. Like a more athletic Al Horford.
Yeah, just where he's like able to complement Jokic from a lot of different spots, which I think will be good. People forget about him because he was just hurt. He tore his ACL in preseason, I think.
Yeah.
Or camp, whatever happened.
Summer League, yeah.
And it was just over, and you're like, oh, that's a bummer. But Dayton Flyer, if memory serves. So that'll be exciting. I would feel good about the Nuggets going into it, mostly because of the guy you have at the top and how he will make everyone around him better off of guys that already have like a pretty high potential like coming in, which I think is exciting. And then the point guard issue is also like the point guard doesn't need to be a real point guard, kind of. They can kind of be a half point guard, like, hey, just get the ball down the court. Sometimes like it's not as intensive as it would be for other teams, which I think is beneficial to them, that they don't have to have that dedicated, like, oh, we don't need 3 ball handlers because our best player can do that and will do that.
Yeah, for sure. The only thing that kind of puts it like on that seesaw, tilts it back the other direction a little bit, is the fact that we're in the same division as the Thunder, and also kind of the Wolves do it a little bit too. But the Thunder for sure, like they pick up 94 feet more than anybody in the league, and just have a lot of ball pressure. So like that's the only thing that pops in my mind where I'm like, damn, I kind of miss Russell Westbrook a little bit. I didn't think I would actually feel that way, but I do kind of feel that way right now.
Because he's like, give it to me. Yeah. Give me 98 feet. Yeah. Give me as many as you possibly can.
Yeah. If you full court pressure Russ, he's going to blow by you, a lot of times. We don't really have anybody else that does that. Yeah.
Which that is a very valid thing. I would feel good about the Nuggets, but the thing that's so tough, the Thunder are going to, we'll talk about them. They're going to be a menace again, especially in the regular season. Oof. But no, I would feel pretty pumped if I was a Nuggets person.
Yeah, for sure.
As you should, I think. In terms of 53.5, that's tough.
Yeah.
Because of all the things you mentioned, the West, not only just the West, but the teams you play with the highest real consistency, or the teams you play the most, highest number, is also like T-Wolves, not great, literally built to beat you. Yeah. Still, kind of. Thunder, just young.
A nightmare. Built to beat everybody.
Yeah. Somehow built to beat literally everybody. They're a as heavy as a rock, shaped like scissors and made out of paper. It's impossible. You can't beat them. And then you've got the Trailblazers suck, but like, it's just, you guys have a tough division to exist in. So I think I might just touch the under. I'm not going to lock. It's just a tough 53.5.
That's fair.
But then DA, the Adelman effect, that's probably going to be big, because I feel like he is a cook. He's in a kitchen and he's got some genuine high quality ingredients in his little cooking cabinet.
For sure.
He's just got the best base possible with Jokic. He's got just a it's awesome. It'll be fun. They'll be fun to watch for sure. Like, Thunder Nuggets will be almost just must-see TV. Like, it'll be really good.
Yeah, I think they scheduled it intentionally that way, that I think all of the Nuggets and Thunder matchups come after the All-Star break. Or at least after January 1st, something like that. Like, it's all later in the season.
That is a little bit rough for the Thunder, because for the Nuggets. Yeah. The Thunder are just a bunch of Energizer bunnies. So late in the season, the beats and the tearing and the wear on your body, they don't care. Like, they'll be like, I'm a little sore. It'll be fine. I'll wake up tomorrow fine. Because they're all like 12.
Yeah. But, I think crazy. The NBA scheduled that way. So right after the NFL season ends is when a lot of eyes go to the NBA.
And you have all these big marquee games. You're like number 1 in the world and number 2 in the world, depending on your take on the world. But very high quality players duking it out over and over again. Maybe fighting for the 1 seed. I think probably not. I think the Thunder have it almost run away.
Yeah,
but
probably
fighting for a position, at least for the Nuggets side. So, Did you say you're over or under? Did I miss it?
I did not yet, but I think I'm definitely going over, but I hesitate to put the lock on it like I have every year. But I think
it's a good line. It's a really good line by the folks out there in Vegas.
It is. But, us winning 50 last year, and I think we just made a lot of improvements. So getting 4 more games feels very, very possible. And And yeah, so I'm just going to stick with my guns, and I'm going to place the over lock on this one.
Heck yeah,
once
brother.
again. So there we go. Over lock, and then Jacob's pick is an under on 53.5, and that is the Nuggets. On to the team we just kind of talked about a little bit, Minnesota Timberwolves. 49.5 is their line. Last year, their line was 51.5, and they just were under that with 49. So yeah, there were 3 games under, I guess. And I went under on that, and you were the over. Because Timberwolves, I think they're one of your pet teams, as you would say.
Yes, sir.
Over here in the Western Conference. And key moves, I guess they didn't really do a lot. They lost Nickeil Alexander-Walker was the big thing, but they were able to keep Julius Randle and Naz Reid. Both of those guys were free agents that they were able to lock up on long-term deals.
And the Naz Reid deal, arguably one of the best team deals, I would say, out there. Like, if you're looking at that, like, not mid-level, but like that, not superstar, just those, like, okay, who's those glue guys that you want to have?
Yeah.
Naz Reid for just shy of 20 a year, isn't it something like that?
I think it's just over 20. I want to say
Just
it's like
over
20 or
20 a year.
21. Yeah.
Is huge, especially the new CBA. Other teams will be trying to figure out how they're going to get their third guy paid. And Naz Reid sitting in there at the super comfy number of 20 is awesome for them.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I thought he would go for close to 30 or over that, honestly. Somewhere.
Yeah, just to like a bad team that needs cap and feel kind of good about it. Like,
yeah.
Like a team like the Wizards, where like we have a bunch of young center type guys that would probably learn something from them. Mm-hmm. Let's just give him 35 a year for 4 years and just call it a day. And those might have happened, but Naz Reid did not pick up the phone. Mm-hmm. He was like, Minnesota till I die.
Yeah,
except
he's definitely
for
a fan
in
favorite
college.
there.
I'm went to LSU.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Also,
there's been an egregious amount of ink in the state of Minnesota spent on Naz Reid tattoos. Maybe that swayed his loyalty. Like,
yeah, honestly,
there's just a lot of like random dudes that just have my name on their body. I should probably lock in for these boys.
If there's anybody that feels like, you know, a place loves them, like especially with like they're not like the star of the team. You know what I mean? Like that's just one of those rare cases of a player that's like not the face of the franchise, but like is the most beloved player by everybody in the city.
Oh yeah. Like there's like other examples of like Denver loved Bruce Brown the first time around. They still love him. Uh-huh. Celtics love Luke Cornett, but like it's not the same level as like there's going to be a bunch of white kids named Nas. I'm almost positive in Minnesota. Like it's that crazy of a.
I think OKC is Aaron Wiggins, honestly. Aaron Wiggins saved basketball. All of those t-shirts and tattoos and stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know. They're also a weird one because like what Ant do we get? Do we get Ant trying to reinvent himself? Do we get this 3-point barrage Ant? Do we get I'm the fastest first step in the West? Maybe only rivaled by San Antonio Spurs, soon to be legend De'Aaron Fox. Like, I don't know. It's tough. Yeah. And they're also in a brutal division. Same thing with the Nuggets. It's brutal. It's brutal.
It is for sure. So I think this is a really good line. I also think their point guard situation, kind of weird with the Nuggets. Their backup point guard is a little bit of a hole. But for the Wolves, I think their starting point guard is a bit of a hole, to be honest. Because Conley, I think at this point, is a fine backup point guard. I don't feel great about him as a starter.
No, for sure.
And then Dante DiVincenzo is probably the better player overall, but he's not really a pure point guard. So that doesn't fit well positionally. And then after that, you're looking at like Bones Highland or, you know, probably more likely Rob Dillingham if he pops, their rookie last year, who didn't get a lot of time, but maybe. And then Terrence Shannon for similar reasons.
That one I feel like could work out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see. He's older. Shannon is, so sometimes that helps guys not have as rough of a landing into the league. Mm-hmm. Obviously, hampers their longevity a tad, but it'll be interesting to see how that one works out.
He looked like an absolute gamer when he got time in the playoffs last year. Stepped in and made some big shots. So
wrongfully accused Terrence Shannon.
Yeah, that too.
I was very not kind to that man, mostly because of what he did in Nebraska. He just played booty ball for 60 minutes and it lit my hair on fire.
Yeah.
But
what school was he at that point? Was it Illinois? Yeah, because didn't he transfer? He was another place before that, maybe.
Don't quote me. I have no idea.
Yeah. Makes sense. Anyways, though, yeah, 49.5. I'm going to go either stay away or under here, I think. What do you think?
I don't want to. I'm going to have to stay away because I can't under on my boys.
Okay, I'm going to go under then if you're going to go to stay away. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it for you.
it's hard. Yeah. Guess what? NBA, there's a lot of good players in the NBA, Adam Silver, so let's not invest in Europe. Anyway, let's ride.
Yeah, that will do it for them, though. I'll go under. Jacob will go stay away for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on to the next team, Oklahoma City. The Oklahoma City Thunder, the reigning champions of the NBA. Last year, they won 68 whole games. Their line was 57.5. I was an over. You were a stay away on that one. Their line this year is 62.5, which since we've been doing this is the highest line I've ever seen.
That's got to be the highest line in history.
Yeah. 62.5 wins is their over-under line.
Like, that's being like, no, the line is, will they only lose a teens number of games?
Honestly, yeah, exactly. Wow.
Like, when you put it that way, you're like, their loss column will start with a 1. What?
Yeah, that's a crazy, that's the most like moderate outcome.
What's even dumber? I think I want to lock the over. It's crazy. Like, they're that good. They're that youthful and jubilant and exuberant.
Yeah, for sure. If any team is not like gonna suffer from the post-title complacency blues, you know,
it's the Dogs in OKC.
Yeah, but it's been 7 years in a row where, you know, the team who just won the title didn't go back to back, and had some lasting like effects in the next season. So we'll see if that trend continues or not, or if this is the team to break it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of, since the line is so high, I do feel okay about going, like, just betting on the under, betting on them having some sort of, like, you know, a little target on their backs. You
Shea
know?
going down, for sure.
That too, yeah.
But, like, is there another player that matters enough to really you'd be worried about the line?
Last year, both of their centers played less than half the season, and they were they
rolled through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Took it on the chin.
Mm-hmm.
Just flawlessly.
Yep. With Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein.
J-Dub gets hurt. We have to see more Edwards. Oh, no. Edwards?
Carson. Wallace. There we go. Case and Wallace.
We were talking about, who'd you say earlier, Edwards for the Nuggets? My brain got
Kessler Edwards. Kessler Edwards.
And that just stupid.
No, makes sense.
Stupid brain. But
I have his name written down as Queso here, so I couldn't remember his last name off the top of my head.
He's good.
Yeah.
Like, if he has to, they're fine. They'll be fine. Unless Shea's the only one that makes me move this line, and I think without Shea, this team still wins probably 50 games.
Yeah, they're bringing everybody back.
Like, it's a true run it back.
Yeah, and they're even adding the guy who sat out all last season, his rookie year, who was a lottery pick, Nikola Topic out of Serbia, that 6'7" point guard, who he's basically Serbian Josh Giddey, is essentially who he is.
Which I get it a little bit, but I'm also like, didn't you guys like get rid of Josh Giddey because the fit didn't work?
Yeah.
So why are we getting another one?
I'm not sure totally. But yeah, it's interesting though. I guess like it's easier to use him as just like a bench piece backup off the bench. You know, Josh Giddey, it felt like he had proven too much to just relegate him to a bench role type of thing.
That's true and fair and logical.
So maybe that's their thinking there. Also, I think the main thinking of the Thunder was just draft based off of talent. That's what they've been doing all of these years in a row with all of their picks. Like, they're just drafting a bunch of talented players, regardless of fit, really, to try to get as many hits as possible.
Because you have a machine gun's worth of ammunition.
Yeah.
Because Sam Presti is a wizard.
So that's worked out very well for them. And they're somehow still very, very rich in future draft picks, even from now. So
they have the brightest current and future, which is not supposed to happen.
Nope, not at all. But that is the reality for Oklahoma City. Man, just the middle of America is living it up right now. You know, I feel like KC and OKC both being powerhouses in their respective sports. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go the under just because I need to, like last division or last conference in the East, I did over on like everybody. So I need to sprinkle some unders in here to make it balance out. And that's going to be 62.5 is just such a high line. That's like, I should be able to put under here and not feel terrible about it.
Just for the demonstrativeness of it, I'm going to lock the over.
All right.
Just because that's just
all right.
Stand there.
Nice. I like it.
Also, early adopter of the Thunder for everyone saying, oh, he's just a band. I was there when you weren't, child, probably.
That is true. But yeah, I like that. So 62.5, I'm going under. Jacob is locking the over. And then on to the next team in the Northwest Division of the Western Conference. We've got the Portland Trail Blazers, who, you know, Jacob we went through both of his pet teams, essentially. The Kings were probably the other one at some point, probably not more recently, but.
Oh, I was big on them with the Light the Beam.
Yeah,
that was about the end of it, though. It was just fun.
My pet team, as of the past season or so, is the Portland Trail Blazers. Denny Avdija and Toumani Camara are two of my just favorite players for whatever reason in the NBA.
Last year's I know ball. My favorite current player is Toumani Camara.
Yeah, exactly. The every blog nerd's favorite player. And then they've also got some other guys that fit that same type of thing, but like in years past, Matisse Thybulle, Rob Williams, Time Lord. Donovan Clingan is a younger guy, but he's here. Jeremy Grant.
Exciting.
Yeah. Scoot Henderson.
They've got the guy that doesn't speak English. His English is very broken, and I like watching his interviews.
Yang Hansen. Yeah.
Oh, Yang Hansen.
Mm-hmm.
What a fun cat. Fun dude. He's like, I almost imitated his voice. He had one interview recently that really made me smile.
Oh, yeah.
Because his interpreter interpreted the question for him, and then he tried to answer in English, and it was awesome.
I don't think I've seen that. I saw a lot earlier in the offseason after he got drafted. But like him saying that he loves to sleep and play PS5 or something like that. Yeah, very relatable. But yeah, I like how it was a smart move, not necessarily just like in a pure basketball terms, because 16 is where they picked him. And that was like, he was projected to go like maybe at best case, like the 30th pick, very end of the first round type of deal.
Yeah.
But they took him right outside the lottery. And honestly, it's pretty smart from a business standpoint because Portland now has like 1 million Chinese fans. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm not even being like trying to be offensive or anything. That's just like they've flooded the airways. Chauncey
Billups jerseys will sell out immediately in China. They're the king of the world now.
For sure.
No, it's just like a thing that like it's not that it was like exclusively for a strategic reason, but like that's a pretty common thing that happens with sports. Like the Mariners, Japan loves the Mariners because of Ichiro Suzuki.
Yeah.
Like it's not as much anymore because there's a lot more prominent Japanese players in the MLB, but like that's a thing for sure.
Yeah. So I think that's definitely a business move there that I think is going to pay off. Already probably has paid off with just the amount of eyeballs and attention and jersey sales and whatnot.
He also seems fine. Like he's not bad. He's just fine.
I mean, he's very skilled. Very skilled. Like at worst, he'll probably have the problem that Boban Marjanovic had, whereas like when he's in,
he just can't.
He's going to destroy any defense that's out there, but also on the other end, he's not going to be able to guard the pick and roll whatsoever. So then when he's in the game becomes about Boban. You know what I mean? It's like Yang Hansen.
It's about Yang.
It's going to be about Yang. It's like a chess game centered around him. Which is just funny to think about. But yeah, a lot of people are calling him Chinese Jokic. Also, he loves Jokic. Like that's like his hero, apparently.
Which I think that's going to be awesome as we get like further and further. Like in like 5-10 years, who's the best? Who's the GOAT? Paul George. Like we had an era of that. If we take the transitive property, we're only like 6 years away from a bunch of fat Midwest kids being like, Jokic is my guy. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
we're almost there. We just got to get there.
Yeah, we've got Şengün and Young Hansen so far. Really, I don't know if I can think of another person that's really declared that or not. But
the early adopters of the way.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But there'll be more. There'll be more.
Yeah. Anyways, though, 34.5. I don't know if I said what their line is, but 34.5 is the number this season. It was 33.5 not too long ago when I looked, when I made that video earlier this offseason. But now it is 34.5. And last year they won 36. They were kind of like a sneaky, good young team.
I forgot they had that weird run where you're like, what are they doing?
And like the most competitive part of the season, honestly.
Yeah. They've won 10 of their last 12. What is going on?
Yep. Mm-hmm. They were on fire. Denny Avdia was like, he transcended to a different plane for a little bit.
It was like Chris Middleton against the Celtics. I am Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Fear me.
Absolutely. So that's going to be interesting. And also, so they won 36 games last year, but their line heading into the year was 20.5. That was the line for the Portland Trailblazers.
I probably went under, didn't I?
Let's see what that was. I did the under and you locked the under for them.
Sick.
Yeah. And that's such a low number, also 20.5. So they definitely destroyed that line and became a very different looking team. The only thing I don't love about what their moves were recently was the Drew Holiday deal. I didn't understand that whatsoever. We haven't really talked about it over the airwaves, to be honest. I just thought about that.
I don't want to think about it. I love Drew. Glad it happened.
Yeah.
That's all. But, excellent. Excellent for us. We get to have a first round pick now. Hooray.
Yep. Don't get it at all for the Blazers. They gave up picks and Anthony Simons, who gets paid a lot less, for a very, very old Drew Holiday, who's getting paid a lot of money for several seasons after this one.
I don't know. I don't think it's worth. This is not going to make sense, but heck of a mentor for Scoot.
Very expensive mentor for Scoot. $37 million.
If you close your eyes, don't realize how much it costs. Great mentor.
Yeah.
Ideal, some could say.
Honestly. And I don't know if this steps too much on the Rockets section, but I honestly, with their injury need, with Fred VanVleet going down, I haven't heard anybody say this, but somebody that popped into my brain was like, what about Drew Holiday? Like, he's probably not happy being in Portland, playing for that team right now. He would be a very good piece
Rockets,
for the.
Are they already over? Are they already in the trouble zone?
They would just have to be nasty and cold-blooded and have to trade Fred VanVleet, honestly, would be the thing. But potentially it could work. Or if Drew agrees to a buyout. But I don't know if Portland would do that because they literally just did that with DeAndre Ayton.
But new CBA, Houston can't get buyout players.
Oh, are they in the second apron? They might be. They could be. I'm not sure.
Is that second apron or is that first apron?
That's second apron for sure. I'm pretty positive.
Oh, so never mind. They might be safe then.
They might be.
But how does it work if the deal would put you in the second apron? That's a question for another time. I don't know. But Portland, I'm going to go under soft. The West is really good.
Yeah.
They might also be good. I don't know. If I struggle with this one, I'm going to go under.
This is a similar pick for me as the Nuggets one, where it's like, it doesn't feel like the most logical for me to do what I'm doing, but it's like I'm staying true to my nature or like who I love to watch, who I just like root for. I'm just rooting for them. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to go over for that reason, even though
it's an R. Kelly.
Yeah. I don't know why I said to that.
My mind's telling me no, but my body. You know the song?
Not really, but I get what you mean now. I was very lost for a second. That song's way
worse knowing that he's a disgusting human. Yeah. But your mind is telling you no, but your heart/body is telling you yes.
That is a very apt description of what's going on here, for sure.
R. Kelly.
Yeah, I don't know if we should call it that, but...
No, I think it'll stick.
But yeah, so I'll just go over, even though, I think 35 is going to be tough in this very, very competitive Western Conference. 35, that's what I'll root for. So over for them, you'll go under. That'll be it for the Portland Trail Blazers. On now to the final team in this Northwest Division. That is the Utah Jazz. Their line is 19.5, which is actually above. It went up a little bit from where it was at. It was at 18.5 before that. They won 17 games last year. Their line last year was 27.5 though. And what we both did on them, let's look at that. I was stay away and you went under, which makes sense. But yeah, 19.5 is their line this year. Obviously they've got Lauri Markkanen, who's in constant trade rumors, because of his own, wanting to be moved or anything like that. It's just everybody else wants him to be moved because it makes more sense.
Everyone else is collectively like, he is too good to just sit there.
Yeah.
You can get a lot for him if a team needs him. Just do it, please. And Danny Ainge is just sitting there on his throne saying, no, I have to win the deal by 1,000,000,000,000%. Like the Thunder, like, hey, we'd like to add Markkanen. I would like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, J-Dub, and Chet Holmgren, please. That's what he's rebuttaling with. Pat Riley level delusion.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if he does get moved. I feel like that's a guy that could really sway the tides of like who's gonna potentially win the title. Depending on the team he goes to, obviously.
If he ends up with like Minnesota,
that would be really big. Yeah,
offense, offense. All of a sudden, that's not just Ant and sometimes Julius Randle if he's feeling like it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Detroit, I've heard sometimes too. People talk about. Yeah,
that feels like it should happen. I can see it in my eyes. That bright, just popping blue with the red lettering and then Finnish letters. Yeah. I can see it.
Him and Cade.
I don't know how to spell his name.
Pick and roll.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Juicy. But this team is gonna suck.
Yeah, the Jazz, for sure.
Someone has to be the beating stick. I think I'm gonna take under. 19.5 is so low.
Yeah, it is very low.
But if Markkanen's not healthy, like all year, I don't know if they get to 20. I don't think they do.
And Austin Ainge, who's I don't know what Danny Ainge's official title is now, or if like he might just be president, and then like he appointed Austin Ainge as GM or something like that. But Austin Ainge says that they are not going to tank this year. That's what he said in a press conference. But
also, he's the oldest looking 44-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
But yeah, I feel like even if you're not trying to tank, this team is just going to tank by like, you know what I mean? Just by existing the way they are. They're not going to need to have, Markkanen sit out some games extra to milk an injury in order to lose a couple games. Like they traded away Colin Sexton.
Danny Ainge is the CEO of basketball operations.
Never heard that before.
And a alternate governor.
Oh, so he's a part owner of the team?
I guess.
I know his buddy bought the team. That's why he went there from Boston.
And then Austin Ainge is what's the regular word? President of basketball operations.
Okay. Interesting.
So I'm guessing, respectfully to the Ainge family, Danny Ainge just got his kid a pretty sick paying job. Respectfully.
I'm sure it pays quite a bit. Yeah.
If LeBron can do it, so can Danny Ainge.
Yeah. I forgot the word for it. Nepotism. There we go. It's a league of nepotism.
Speaking of nepotism, real quick, you see the Bucks signed Alex Antetokounmpo?
Did they really?
They've got all three of them.
Yeah.
They're just really trying to keep my boy happy.
Kostas.
Or no, maybe they signed Kostas and don't have Alex. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Alex is the youngest. Kostas is the second youngest.
So they signed Alex.
Okay. So they're just missing Kostas now.
And he is currently
Olympiakos.
Olympiakos.
Yeah. That's one of the Greek EuroLeague teams.
Wait, there's one named Francis? Oh, Francis is like a normal-sized person.
Yeah, he's the oldest. So he's their half-brother. He's only the father's son. He doesn't have the same mom, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that would be kind of a bummer. Like, you go to family pictures and you look like a dwarf.
Yeah.
Because the rest of your family is essentially 6'10" Greek Adonises that are just basketball aliens.
I guess it all comes from the mom, apparently.
Genetically, what we're looking at, it should be.
Yeah.
It's like that sometimes
Francis is the kid they had to leave behind. I don't know if you've seen their movie, but they had to go, they had to immigrate, or they left Nigeria to try to get into Greece, and they weren't able to bring their kid along. And that was Francis.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like someone else took care of him? Like he wasn't just like...
It was like the father's sister or something like that, like a family member adopted.
That's brutal.
Yeah. But
I guess the risk, the jumps you take.
Yeah.
Man.
But
at least he's being taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that Giannis takes care of all of his brothers the same, that guy's doing fine.
Yeah.
Just because he can't get him NBA contracts, he's doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
But back to the Utah Jazz.
He gets the premium releases of the freaks, the shoes every edition. Yeah.
Nice.
For sure.
Nice. It's hard to be bad, but the Jazz are going to be so terrible. I am going to take the under, not locking it, just taking it. But yeah,
that's fair.
We got on a nepotism rant.
Yeah, sorry. I think I'm also going to go under. They've got some fine young players. Ace Bailey's going to be interesting to see what he does. Cody Williams is looking like one of the worst young players in the league, to be honest, but I guess, I don't know, maybe he'll turn out to be something. Isaiah Collier was pretty fun as just a little tank of a point guard, dishing out a lot of assists last year. Mo Bamba is on this team, which is, I'm just finding out now. And George Niang came back. He's home. He's back in Utah, which is a feel-good story. Kevin Love is on this roster still. I didn't realize that he would still be here after that trade, but he has remained, and so is Yusuf Nurkic. So they've got some names of guys. I don't think they're going to win very many games. 20 is going to be easy to get from like anybody, it feels like, but still for them, it's going to be hard. So I'm going to go under on them again, just because I need to find teams to go under on, and a team this bad, no matter the number, it's just easy to say under. So
yeah,
I'll do that.
Also, that's crazy. That's the end of the Northwest Division.
It is. Yeah, so that
we should take a break.
Kick us right into a break. We'll see you on the other side. Now we are back going through the Pacific Division next. We've got the Golden State Warriors. Their line is 47.5. Last year, they won 48 after having a line of 43.5. I went the over, and Jacob locked the under on the Golden State Warriors. I think that might be flipped around. I don't know about flipped around, but I think I am going to lock the under on the Golden State Warriors.
I think Father Time wins. My bet last year was Father Time would win with Wardell Stephen Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond is being Draymond in the preseason. Politely putting, not really politely, putting Dalton Connect in his place.
Yeah.
You're so bad they traded you and you got sent back, which is crazy.
Yeah. It's not even really what happened, but yeah, it is.
But no, like the fact that Draymond hurled the hate in that package,
yeah.
Honestly, all-time move by Draymond. That was great.
It was funny.
But it was also like, oh man, you could fluff that off. That legitimately cut your soul. You're like,
I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah, especially when there was reports around him not being very happy, which is obvious. Like, I would be surprised if anybody could just bounce back from that. But yeah, not super jazzed, I guess, about the team like trading you, and then also leaking some reports of like anonymous players in the locker room saying things about how he wasn't tough enough and wasn't ready enough to be a good.
It's like
Laker
screenshotting a message and accidentally sending it to the person you screenshotted the message. You're like, how do I weasel out of this one?
Yeah,
you don't. You just take it on the chin. But we'll talk about the Lakers coming up.
Yeah,
but
that's for sure.
Draymond is hurling insults. They do have my beloved boy Al. Made me almost think about the over.
Mm-hmm. That officially happened.
I will not. Kuminga wanted insane money. He got paid, but not what he appeared to have wanted.
That's what I was just looking up to see if that finally happened or not. It did.
I believe it did.
Yeah.
I believe it happened almost immediately after the Al Horford signing.
Oh, it did it? Okay, that would make sense. But yeah, they ended up going with the deal that was leaked out there months ago, that apparently the disagreement that it, first what it was Kuminga was saying that he wants to be paid like Jalen Green or Scotty Barnes. Which is crazy.
Crazy.
Those are the guys he looks at his peers because those were the other guys who were top 6 picks, top 7 picks or whatever in that draft, But yeah, clearly not on the same level, not of the same importance to your team when you aren't even like in the rotation at times.
I think that's the bigger key because I think let me find my hat. Oh, it's always on. My Steve Kerr hater hat. It's on. Steve Kerr cannot coach players that don't fit his mold. And Kuminga doesn't work for his current mold, so he's just like, go away. We'll get rid of you. Guess what? They didn't get rid of him, Steve. Yeah. You still have to deal with them. So this is going to be very uncomfortable, and I think that they will probably play him a decent amount so they can up his value and then send him somewhere else, because I do not see a world where this works and is ever fixed unless Steve Kerr's going to retire. Like, if Steph drops off and he's like, it's been fun, boys, and then rolls off into the sunset, which is very possible and almost likely, maybe Kuminga will stay a Warrior. But in terms of the coach-player relationship, it's about as severed as you're going to get. I don't think you could fix it.
Yeah. He just really wants him to play like he's Aaron Gordon or Sean Marion or like, an athletic role player type of thing. Jonathan Kuminga sees himself more as like an on-ball creator. He can do more stuff with the ball in his hands. Which, that's fine for somebody who's an aspirational young player, I guess. But I kind of like the idea. I feel like he would work really great as a winning player, just as a, ancillary wing. That could honestly make a lot of money doing that, to be quite honest. But
in Steve Kerr's defense, hey, Kuminga, shut up. I have Steph Curry. You're not going to be our primary ball handler. You stupid idiot. That's also a very valid throwback
for sure.
to the whole like, I could do it. I'm sure you could. You can't do it better than the guy that's going to get a bunch of people into the Hall of Fame because of how good he is.
Yep. And have a statue outside of this arena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
you might have 2 statues, honestly.
Yeah.
It would be warranted.
Yeah.
But this deal, though, I think is pretty tradable, to be honest, with it being, especially with it being a team option on the second year. It's 22.5, goes up to 24.3 for that team option next season. But like what it came down to in the past few months, why it's been at a standstill, was the argument of whether or not that second year would be a team option or a player option. So Kuminga's side was like, we will agree to this deal as long as that second year is a player option. And that was the stalemate that they were at for the longest time. But it looks like they finally folded. And they were able to get the team option there, which, that makes it an even more tradable deal for sure. Send him somewhere.
Which is probably intentional.
Yeah. So I think potential teams we could see him go to, the Jazz for Lauri Markkanen, like we were just saying. Probably have to throw in a little bit more to get Markkanen for sure. But that would be, he would be the main salary there. And then also the Kings. I'm not sure who would be coming back. Maybe Keegan Murray, I guess, would be the guy. Maybe.
I don't know how heated the Warriors Kings rivalry is, but they might like, let's not send a guy that's like extraordinarily motivated against us.
That's true. That's also probably
down the road.
Minds.
And Keegan Murray would be an awesome fit. I'm not saying that basketball wise perfect, but I feel like that might be like hey, we're on the end of our run, kind of. We shouldn't send a young guy to a team that will just make us eat it for a minute if he's good.
Yeah. No, for sure.
That might be a thought. Maybe not. Maybe I'm the crazy one. But that would cross my mind.
Yeah, especially they're right next door, like literally an hour drive, basically, or whatever it is.
Yeah. It's if you have a boat, it's a straight line. Like, it's right there.
Yeah. So that would be pretty interesting. But anyways, I think I said already, I'm going to lock the under. The other thing I did want to look up as I have it here, Spot Track open, I wanted to see what Al Horford's number was. I didn't actually look at that. Did you? He has a player option on the site. So it's 2 years, 5.7 this year, 5.9 really rounds up to 6.0 next year with a player option. When he's 40 years old. But honestly, for Al Horford, I think that's worth it. I would sign that deal for sure.
Yeah.
So they got him pretty cheap, honestly.
Yeah.
5.7. Are you sad because you wish that was it said Celtics there instead of Warriors?
Yeah, but it's okay. Like, Al's a guy, I'm bummed.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll do the same thing. Like, if we end up going to a Nuggets game and it's when they play the Warriors, I'm wearing my Celtics Al Horford jersey.
Yeah.
That's my guy. I love Al.
Yeah.
So it's a bummer, but it's how it goes. Like, there's just people you love, and like, dang, it just stinks.
Yeah,
a little bit
for sure.
But it's all good.
And they lost Kevon Looney this offseason, so I think Al Horford is going to be their starting center.
Which also, don't abuse my boy, you stupid Warriors.
That's the thing.
I hate you.
Like, he would, at this stage of his career, it feels so perfect for him to be on a good team where he's like the backup big, so he can play like 20, 22 minutes a game and like really maximize his time on the court. You know what I mean?
Because we saw it last year. He can lock in.
Yeah.
He can do it for those like a game.
Mm-hmm.
You need a game out of me? I'm going to give you a heck of a game.
Yeah.
He can do that still. I mean, I will forever cherish the Luka LeBron. We're going to pick on Al Horford. And he's like, okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So like averaging more than like 25 minutes a game though, every night for 60, 70 games, that feels.
I mean, that's a list that I can't even count on my hand of people that can do that. Like that haven't ever been able to do that.
At this
after
age.
40.
Yeah.
At this age, like 39 going into 40. I don't remember exactly when he turns 40. Actually, is it June 4th?
I'm not sure what day his birthday is, but he next year is going to be his 40th season. Not 40th season, but year 40 season, age 40 season. However they define that, which means it's after February 1st.
I'm going to look like a psychopath. His birthday's June 3rd.
Oh.
My son's birthday is the 4th of June.
Okay.
And that is the only reason I was able to just go,
it's near there.
That's the day. Yeah. I need to clarify that because that's like Taylor Swift stalker level crazy that I just like almost knew his birthday exactly.
There's some players I just, for some reason, know their birthdays. I don't know why, but like Luka Doncic is February 28th or 27th or 28th. Well,
that's mine.
Yeah, day after yours, 28th. And then 29th is Tyrese Halliburton, but that's because it's the leap year thing. Jokic is February 15th, I believe. We could do this for a while. I could probably do like 10, 15 more, to be honest. But I don't. That's probably not a great like podcast episode.
Yeah,
I wouldn't think.
But no, anyway, that's why. But it'll be interesting. I'm gonna go under though. I think for sure on the Warriors, just because I feel like this team is just Father Time's licking his chops. Just like
48.
I'm ready.
I'm just surprised how high it is. 47.5.
Like, okay, I'm not crazy. That feels crazy high.
Yeah. Like, I get like the Jimmy Butler thing about how, right when he got there, they were like a completely different team. They were winning at that rate for sure.
They think they'll be better than the Pistons in regular season wins.
Mm-hmm.
Not overall. If you want to say head-to-head series who wins, that's a different story because of the crafty vets. But in an 82-game regular season, you think the Warriors are going to win more games in the West?
Yeah, exactly. In the Pacific Division, having to play both LA teams. I guess it's not the best division, but it is still in the West, So it's definitely a lot more competitive than where the Pistons are at. And I think head to head, those are like somewhere they're pretty comparable level of teams. I feel like, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jimmy Butler though coming to Golden State, it's like every team he leaves gets bad immediately, and the team he goes to gets good immediately. Like that's just been the trend of every single chapter of Jimmy Butler's career so far. So I get that kind of boost that people are adding to it, but he's continuing to get older. Everybody's just getting older on this team, and I just don't feel great about 48 wins. Just feels pretty high.
Yeah, that would honestly be fun to like test the Jimmy Butler theory to the max. Have him get like dual citizenship and become like a national of like Nairobi. And then see if he can like just make that team so good they make it to the Olympics.
Kenya? Nairobi is the capital of Kenya. Yeah. I don't know if that's what you meant or if you were thinking that was a country.
What? I'm so.
No, but yeah, he goes and plays for Kenya, who I'm sure most of their players might be from Nairobi. That would make sense. That's
so stupid. Why did I think that was a country? What's the African? It's two of them. It's like two words.
Oh, Namibia. Namibia it starts with an N, I guess. I'm not looking.
It's
at anything,
unacceptable.
By the way.
Unacceptable.
I'm not reading anything.
Unacceptable.
I'm trying to think of another N country.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm stupid.
Anyways, Golden State, yeah, we both are going under. I'm locking it. Did you say you're locking it?
I'm just going to go. I can't lock my boy Al.
Okay.
I might have said it, but I can't do it. After that, I can't. I just want to take the under. I can't lock it.
No, that's fair.
I think I did say I was going to, but I can't. Okay. Emotionally.
Understandable. I'm going to lock it, though. And then on to the next team in this division. We've got the Los Angeles Clippers, who have been in the news this offseason quite a bit. Their line this year is 49.5, which it's moved quite a bit. It was 49 originally when I first looked at it several months ago. And then more recently, like a couple weeks ago, it was 48.5. And now it's back up to 49. Last year, it was 37.5 heading into the year after they lost Paul George. But they ended up winning 50 with on the back of Ivica Zubac and Norm Powell, honestly. And James Harden as well, obviously. But
no, James Harden being a team basketball player, Zoo being the wall. Mm-hmm. Is it Zeech?
Zid, I think.
Zid.
Yeah.
Being just an absolute animal, like arguably all pro, almost, maybe.
Very close.
Like,
yeah, on a lot of
in terms of like deserving it, not like I know voting goes how voting. Like,
did he make it?
You have him on your all pro ballot. I don't think he did.
Okay, he might have been one of the first guys off, but he was very close to making it. It might have been Şengün. Şengün might have made it on there over him.
He does not have it listed as a
on Basketball Reference. Yeah,
he was NBA All Defensive second team.
Yeah,
so, which is very also well deserved. But
absolutely. Honestly, if anybody in the league is the Jokic stopper, it's Ivica Zubac at this point.
Yes. This is another tough one because it's like, does Kawhi get a play? Will we get an answer to that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he probably will because of those reasons. I think that he'll probably still be able to play just based off precedent. You know, with when this happened to Joe Smith, he was still allowed to play. And with Joe Smith, there was more like actual evidence that he was doing something nefarious. In this case, it's like, who knows if he even knew this was happening? Like,
or if this was just a thing his agent and the team figured out.
Yeah, his uncle. Yeah. Who knows? But I mean, because the company was obviously shown to be a scam company. So everything's just very shady and like, who knows what was going on here exactly. If that company just really wanted, because they were making so much of their income was based off of the Clippers because of all of their deals with them, that they were like, we really want to keep Kawhi a Clipper. So we're just going to pay him a lot to stay a Clipper because that's part of the contract. If he leaves the Clippers, the contract is terminated. So honestly, that could be an explanation for it. But obviously, the more, like, I'm sure a lot of people assume the more likely explanation for it was Steve Ballmer and the Clippers were using it as a way to circumvent the cap, which is why this is a deal and why this is a case that has to be looked into.
It's going to be voided and the Clippers will get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander back. Have you seen this whole stupid internet thing?
Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness. It's just stupid AI garbage. But like, because the Clippers did this and Paul George that trade would be voided and then everything would have to get reset.
Well, that deal wasn't even signed back when they did. Like, it was 3 years later that he signed this deal with Aspiration. So
I don't know. It was the stupid internet, not real. It was just a joke. It was like I think it was just AI slop on the internet.
I think a lot of people did assume that when it first came out, that it must have been part of the reason why the Clippers got him. But the deal that Kawhi signed with Aspiration, or Kawhi's LLC signed with Aspiration, did not even happen until 2022. So, like, that was several years later. But anyways, regardless, if it was to circumvent the cap, that is obviously not okay. You can't do that, Mr. Steve Ballmer. You can't just exploit the fact that you are like the 7th richest man alive and pay everybody, more than
whatever you want.
But who knows with that? That maybe there's part of me that's also like, the basketball gods already laid down the punishment. They were terrible and didn't win anything because of it. Like, he's barely played games. So maybe it's okay. Nobody has to be punished.
Yeah, just let it happen. Let it be over.
But anyways, Clippers.
Shout out to Pablo Torres for breaking that, by the way.
That was a fun couple episodes of listening and then not ever really returning to that podcast again, probably. But those few episodes though were entertaining for sure. Anyways, though, the Clippers, let me pull up their roster because, I mean, obviously they got John Collins and Brook Lopez, Bradley Beal. Those are the first guys that come to mind as additions for them, which are definitely going to be big. Chris Paul, also, don't want to forget to mention. Yeah, in the draft, they got that one guy out of Switzerland, the Yannick Konen Niederhauser, who's got one heck of a name. But Bradley Beal, Brook Lopez, and they've also brought back Bogdan Bogdanovic, Nick Batum also. The only person they really lost was Norm Powell, who did not play great in the playoffs. And I know I spoke earlier on this Norm Powell deal. I said that I didn't like it from the Clippers' point of view because it was essentially getting Bradley Beal. But I forgot like the factor of the fact that the Norm Powell deal was a 3-team trade, and part of that deal was them getting John Collins. So it was essentially trading Norm Powell for both John Collins and Bradley Beal, which
doesn't feel near as bad.
Yeah, I'm much more of a fan of that. That seems like a pretty adequate return, especially with John Collins being like just a great like lob threat partner with James Harden. He hasn't really had that type of a guy with him since he was in Atlanta with Trae Young. And also John Collins has really steadily improved his jump shot since he's left Atlanta, being a more consistent 3-point shooter from the outside, just catch and shoot and everything. So he can kind of mold and fit into different iterations, different lineups pretty easily. They brought back Chris Dunn, who was like a lot of NBA nerds, like guard defensive player of the year, basically last year. But yeah, if Kawhi doesn't play, this team is going to win 40 plus. Like they're going to be a above 500 team. They're going to be a winning team, which is just crazy to say when your best player is gone. But if he's there, that turns them into a like legitimate could win a playoff series type of a team.
Yeah. I think I go the under.
Going to go under. 49.5 is pretty high. It's, same line as Minnesota.
This also feels like the ultimate most no dust stay away.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's the thing I'm thinking, honestly, right now is stay away.
For the sake of difference, I'll do under. Because I took a stay away and you said, I'm going to take the under. So now, you know what? You stay away.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that at one point I did have it on stay away, but I forgot that the last thing I did was I changed it to an under. So if you want the stay away, I'll go under. But if you want to go under, I'll go stay away. So it's up to you.
Or we could say the same. We have not been the same that many times.
Okay. We can both go under.
I'm going to just go under, I think.
Okay. When it was 48.5, I had it as stay away. But now that it went up another game, so I feel better.
They got to win 50.
Yeah, 50 wins. Like
that feels.
They literally just did it, but also I feel like the West is better this year.
Yes, I concur.
It's good, and I feel like last year was like they got every ounce of juice out of that they could. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if you play that season over, I don't know if they win 50 all that often.
No, but then there's also the world where it's like, oh no, this is actually just like we're gonna get like a 3-year run of Zubac just being insane.
I feel like he's gonna have another big year for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like a 20-20 regular, not like an average, but just regular. Be like, oh, had to. A Jokic triple-double will feel the same as a 20-20 but for Zubac. Like, he'll just be that nuts.
No, that would be crazy.
Okay, a Jokic triple, he almost averaged a triple-double on the season.
Or just,
I'd take that back.
He literally did last year.
Yeah,
Jokic did. Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, but didn't win MVP. Which is kind of
Shea
nuts.
had a crazy season. It sucks, but at least it's better than the Embiid one, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. Shea deserved it more than Embiid did.
Because it wasn't just, well, we better give him a turn. It was like, no, this is hard. Like, this is the best guard we've seen since Michael Jordan in the season, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
But anyway, also last year, I feel like was maybe Jokic's best season.
Which, yeah, jeez. It's weird. Now to the only team in LA that matters.
Yeah, so we both going under there on the Clippers. Lakers,
yes.
47.5. I think I have 3 numbers written down here because it's changed multiple times, which is the most times it's changed out of any team so far, and even moving forward, spoiler alert. Mm-hmm. But so it used to be 48.5, then it went down to 46.5 recently. Oh. And now, today, when I looked at it, I don't know if you have the number in front of you, but when I looked at
it's 47 at the moment.
Yeah, 47.5 is what I saw a couple hours ago. So They've been bouncing around quite a bit. I have it at stay away is what I have on my spreadsheet here at the moment. When it was at 46.5, I was feeling the over, though, to be honest. I guess, what are your thoughts?
I am feeling the over because I'm going to ride my dominating until I can't. Preseason, not looking great, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's just preseason, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, but skinny Jokic. LeBron has...
Luka,
skinny Luka, not skinny Jokic. Skinny Jokic was a mini moon ago. Skinny Luka.
Yeah. Men's Health. Cover of Men's Health, Luka.
Yeah, looks like he's doing well. Is going to be a good basketball player. Shocker. And then...
LeBron? Is he going to be there? Who knows?
Dude, also, feels bad to be the people that bought tickets thinking LeBron was retiring with his whole Decision 2.0. You actually are not a perennial internet rat. You might not have heard about this yet.
I saw him post the teaser for that, like literally like 20 seconds or something like that after he posted it. For some reason, I opened my Instagram, I saw that, but I don't know anything really that happened after that. Like what actually came of that? I have no idea.
So he did Decision 2.0. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the teaser.
Everybody thought he was announcing his retirement.
Obviously. But I knew, and yeah, I'll tell you what I gathered from right immediately when I saw that. I was like, this is what everybody's going to see and be like, oh, he's going to retire. Whoa. But his whole thing is like, he knows that's what everybody's going to do. And that's the reason he's doing it. And it's probably just going to be like a commercial for something.
He has his new own run of Hennessy.
I was kind of I was half joking that it was going to just be like a commercial, but that's literally what it was. It was a commercial.
It's a LeBron run of Hennessy.
That's crazy. That's even, and the fact that it's not even like basketball related.
People were selling and buying tickets for like $500 for like garbage tickets in LA.
Tickets to what? It was a live event?
Lakers games.
Oh.
Because they thought it was LeBron's last ride. So $60 tickets were going for like $500.
Yeah.
And people were like, I'm going to sue LeBron.
That's stupid. No, that's stupid people.
Honestly, if I'm one of the people, I'm selling my ticket. Come get him. Come get him.
For them to bet that much on that, like I would have bet so much the opposite direction. You know what I mean? Of this not being an actual, that's the way LeBron moves. He's going to make every little thing into a seemingly giant announcement that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like.
And then what'll be hilarious is his retirement. This won't happen, but it would be hilarious if his retirement is literally just like the last game he takes the mic. Guys, it's been an honor. This is my last ride. And it's over. Like if his last game, last regular season game, they'll have the playoffs, whatever. But if he'll just be like, it's been awesome. The league's gave me 20 plus years. The king out. Because he'll just copy Kobe.
Yeah.
That won't happen. We will have the most obnoxious parade that's ever been paraded. It will rival Derek Jeter Yankees final ride around the NBA.
So is this year 23 for him?
18 in 2003.
What?
2003 was his first season, right?
Yeah.
He was 18.
04. 04 was his first.
The 04 season.
Yeah. He was drafted in 03. He has had 22 years of experience. So this, I think is his 23rd.
Year 23. Also, why did he not retire?
That's what I'm thinking. But I mean,
he's number 23.
He doesn't have to announce it yet. You know, it's this season. He doesn't have to do it now. He could do it like in December. You know, it doesn't have to be now.
I guess. I feel like he'd want the whole season to be his thing.
Yeah. But he's also not even playing yet because he's out for the beginning of the season.
Because he's like a sciatica. Isn't that what pregnant chicks get?
I have no idea. I've never even heard of that. I don't know what that is.
I feel like babies kick a pregnant lady's sciatica nerve.
Oh, it's a nerve.
No, is it sciatica in your eye? Am I just stupid?
I have no idea. I just keep seeing that word and I'm like, okay, whatever that means.
Hey, Shotty?
Jacob is summoning his nurse wife.
He's not thrilled. We're not gonna bother.
She's not thrilled.
No, sciatica is in your lower back nerve. So it is for sure what pregnant ladies get kicked.
Okay.
When they are with child.
Wasn't like one of the biggest memes of the summer the like pregnant LeBron thing? Wasn't that a thing? Am I crazy?
I don't know. I accidentally got locked out of my Twitter, so I have not been on Twitter.
But and like
at all.
the only reason I heard about it was because apparently LeBron and his team like paid an exorbitant amount of money to like erase it from the internet or something. Yeah.
Yeah. He tried to sue AI companies for fake pregnancy videos. And now he's out with the sciatica. Isn't it sciatica? Doesn't that sound right?
I have no idea. I've literally never heard of that, so I don't know. But you would know more, I would think, seeing as you fathered.
Sciatica in his right side. Yeah. Nerve pain and irritation of the sciatic nerve.
That is, I mean, we're not on the internet all that much, but I'm surprised that peak. People haven't run around with that just all day long with memes. You know what I mean? But
well, I also don't know if it's common knowledge of like basketball knowers.
Yeah.
And then like random pregnancy nerve knowledge knowers. I don't know how big that Venn diagram is.
But if anybody exists there, they've got something.
They've got some gold.
Yeah. Anyways, though, yeah, my pick, I think, did I say stay away and you said over? Is that what we did in Lakers? That's what I've written down. I have no memory of that.
I believe so.
Okay. I guess that's what we did. Their line last year was 42.5. They won 50, which is kind of crazy. They really went over by a decent amount. JJ Redick had things working like people thought he might. But
he's going to be good, and he's going to be a Hall of Fame coach.
Wow. Calling it early.
Like, because his coaching resume doesn't have to be as crazy. His playing career would be nowhere near the Hall of Fame. But, like, if you just add them both together, like a solid NBA career plus
sure
his...
You only get in as either a player or a coach, though. Like, Bill Russell...
it's not just as a human.
Yeah, Bill Russell, he got inducted several, like, years later, like a long time later, as a coach.
Player and coach.
Yeah. So he's in there as a player, and then he's also in there as a coach. Like,
I'll still say that I think JJ Redick is going to be around long enough because he started so young and is going to be good enough. Mm-hmm. And if he's in LA with Luka, that dude's making the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like, likely.
I mean,
has the star, has the IQ. Give it to him. Send it. That man's going to Naismith in
Springfield,
Kansas.
No, it was a good guess because that's where he went to college, or he was a teacher.
Yeah, it's not in Kansas. It's in Missouri.
No,
Illinois, Indiana.
There's like a billion Springfields. It's Massachusetts, the East Coast. Springfield, Massachusetts. Yeah. But anyways, Lakers, I think we're done with them. I guess the moves that they made. Jake LaRavia is the name of a guy. Marcus Smart. How is it going to feel to see Marcus Smart in the purple and gold this year? I feel like that would be weird. I mean, it's going to be weird for me, and I'm not even a Celtics fan. But
yeah, I can't imagine. It's fine.
And outside of that, yeah, not a lot. They didn't. I mean, obviously DeAndre Ayton, but I'm not a fan of that. Really. I mean, I'm fine with what they had to pay to get him for the most part, but I don't see it working out all that great. I think it's like $8 million, I want to say. So it's something, I guess, but for the level of player that DeAndre Ayton should be, it feels like nothing. Moving on now to the Phoenix Suns, 31.5, which this team, I have no idea what to do with. Last year, their line was 47.5. I locked the over on that. You went over as well. Are you raising your hand? I can't really see.
No, I was like, I'm ready to lock in what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. They won 36. So their line was 47.5. They won 36 last year because that was just kind of a train wreck. But I have over with a question mark written down here, just because Devin, like the talent they have on the roster, feels like they could win 32 games. Like such a low line, 31.5. You know what I mean?
Yes. But you're forgetting the one thing.
What is that?
I'm staying away from this. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
Does Devin Booker stay happy?
Yeah.
Yes, but does he?
Mm-hmm.
What else are they going to cobble together? Like, I just don't know what happens with them.
They made some decent moves outside of the Durant deal wasn't bad for them, really, because Durant did not want to be there. So, obviously, you got to move him for something. And they were able to get Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks and some picks for it. So, there's something there, I guess. And then also they
can confirm sciatica, Shoddy approves, is the pregnancy nerve in your leg. And it shoots pain down your leg.
Okay.
It's like in your hip back area that shoots down your leg.
Mm.
where the womb grows and sits.
Mhm.
And so the child can physically attack the nerves with
It's interesting.
hands and or fists.
Interesting how that would happen to LeBron.
Well, I'm assuming the nerve is susceptible to non-interior attacks.
Yeah. For sure. They got some big men in there to pair with their guards. Also,
Yes.
Mark Williams is on this team. They just got Charlotte's bigs. They got Mark Williams and Nick Richards. So,
And that worked out great for Charlotte.
yeah, and then Kaman Malawach they got in the draft also, who I think could do some damage in an NBA context. Big 7'2" man. He was the teammate with the star-studded Duke team there with Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple. There we go.
Both of us, I believe, said he just should have been a Raptor. It feels right.
Yeah, he does feel like he would go to the Raptors. But also,
he didn't.
That was like right before we found out that the Raptors were getting rid of Masai Ujiri. Yeah, so that feels less fitting.
Like it should happen. Less destiny.
But anyways, David Duke of KKK fame is on this roster. David Duke Jr. I just love to always mention about. We've had this conversation on the podcast before. I think about David Duke, the NBA player, how he said he wants to make it so people when they hear that name they think of him and not, the bad guy, not the founder or leader of the KKK, the Grand Wizard.
Oh, I didn't know that was that guy's name.
Yeah.
The only thing I know about him is in that movie where who says good soup?
I have no idea. That is not
in my
wheelhouse.
The edgy guy in Star Wars, in the new Star Wars is.
New Star Wars? Like the actual movies? Adam
The
Driver?
actual movies. Adam Driver.
Edgy guy?
No. Well, edgy Star Wars guy.
Yeah.
There's a movie where it's a cool black cop.
Uh-huh.
And then Adam Driver says the N-word a lot.
Oh, okay.
And Topher Grace is in that movie, and he plays that guy.
David Duke.
Didn't realize that was his actual name.
Yeah.
Black Klansman. Great film.
Oh, I've heard of that, yeah.
Must recommend to most.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen it, but I've heard good things about it. But yeah. So anyways, yeah, David Duke, the basketball player, is on the Phoenix Suns roster.
That is Denzel Washington's kid. I thought it was. Denzel Washington's
John
son
David
is
Washington?
in it.
Yeah.
John David Washington is the Black Klansman.
Yeah, Tenet.
In it.
He was on the Best Show on Turf Rams roster. He was like the 5th string running back or something like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
More you know.
The Suns, you said stay away, right?
Yes, because I have no idea what's going to happen with the Phoenix Suns.
I think that is a very smart pick.
Other than they'll be drippy because they've got cool uniforms, I think. I think they've got some of the best. And like when I say that, it's not like the caveats of like the classics, like the Celtics and the Lakers and the ones that you're just like, this feels right.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that are like, what is this little modern flair going on? I feel like the Suns are up high on that tier for me personally.
No, for sure. I totally agree. And I also think the social media breakout videos that, all these teams do with like, doing fun games and stuff with their players.
Yeah. Are the Suns good?
Yeah. It seems like they've got some of the best chemistry. They've got good vibes for whatever reason.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of feel a little bit better about, like, it's such a low number, 31.5, that I feel like they could surprise people. They've got a new rookie head coach, Jordan Ott, like a really young guy, young tactician type of X and O's guy.
A Missoula-esque where it's just like this should work. Mm-hmm. We might be jumping in early, but this should work.
It feels like the trend with those types of coaches recently is like their first season in, they do really well.
Yes, but usually those guys feel like they're handed better rosters that are like know what's going on than this. It feels like personally, but maybe not.
The thing is, it's they lost KD obviously, but they've got little smaller pieces in there. They've got good depth.
They've got Book. They've got a star, so they can do a lot.
Like I think people are just viewing it as like this is what they won last year, 36, and now they are worse than their roster was last year, so they should win less. But people are forgetting like 30. It was like nobody could understand why they won 36 games last year. Like it didn't make sense.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I feel like there's something to bolster the other direction there in that math equation. And I think they could go over. So that's what I'm going to pick, is the over. Anyways, now on to the final team in this Pacific Division, which a couple years ago, we were like, wow, this is the best division in basketball. Not really anymore, honestly.
It slipped.
Yeah. Now I think it's probably the Northwest, maybe. At least the top three in the Northwest are all
top three in the Northwest are hard to beat. It just, the bottom of it is so bad.
Well, depends on what you think of Portland. Portland's kind of competitive still, at least. Like, they win games. They play tough teams hard.
I suppose.
But Utah, yes, they are they might be the worst team in the NBA this year.
Yeah.
Very, very true. Sacramento, though, is the next team. Sacramento Kings. This is another team that's like, who knows? 34.5 was their line. Now it's 35.5. So I feel less good about the under there, I guess, because they have Sabonis, they have DeRozan, they've got formerly mentioned Keegan Murray on the roster. Is Malik Monk still there? Where's Malik Monk? Let me look at their roster.
In jail?
You mean Malik Beasley? Also, Malik Beasley got hit he was cleared.
He was cleared.
So it's somewhat. Apparently, like, they're still monitoring him in some way, but he has since been cleared of the charges.
He is still with the Kings.
Yeah, okay. Malik Monk is here on this roster. Dario Saric, as we mentioned before, is on this roster now. Drew Eubanks.
A homecoming of sorts.
For who?
Right?
Which one?
Oh, no. I went Scalabissiere. My brain crossed some wires.
From Dario Saric? Is that the one?
Oh, okay. Saric was never in Sacramento, was he?
No.
No, so that was Scalabissiere, and I'm doing silliness in my
Phoenix brain. At one point. So that's close. I was kind of mixed Phoenix and Sacramento together in my head.
Purple.
But Dennis Schroeder is on this team. They paid a lot to get him.
Yeah.
And that was the reason also that they traded Valanciunas, because they dumped his salary, cut his salary in half by taking on Saric. And they did that in order to sign Dennis Schroeder to 14 mil or whatever they did.
Stupid.
Yeah. I mean, what he's looking like in Europe, it's like definitely looks like he's worth 14
always been him.
At minimum.
He's always been a monster for Germany. And then,
yeah. Well,
I mean, I'm not saying he's a trash, useless NBA player.
And he wasn't not single-handedly. He wasn't like literally leading them to medals before.
Yeah.
Like he
always has looked best there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Similar to like Patty Mills, but doing it in Europe is a different level for sure, I would say. And also Germany doing it in FIBA. They won gold in FIBA 2 years ago. So it makes some sense. Nick Clifford is another guy as a rookie here that I've heard a lot of hype around. People think that he might be like the steal of the draft this year. Maxime Reynard, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I've heard it Reynard, but there's no R there. But it is French, so who knows? But he is from Stanford. The 7'1". Apparently he's like a skilled big. He's listed as a forward here, so I think that should tell you all you need to know. Being 7'1", listed as a forward instead of center. But yeah, and then Zach LaVine, I totally forgot to mention earlier, but another like 23 a game at least type of scorer. Keon Ellis, one of my favorite defensive guards in the NBA, is on this team. Devin Carter, rookie last year that never got run because of the injury that he had before the season started. Doug McDermott, Creighton mention. Got to throw him out there. His jersey is hanging in the rafters there in CHI Center, which I was at for the Nebraska Creighton volleyball game. That was the biggest turnout in indoor volleyball history. Over almost 18,000 people.
There, maybe for CHI Center.
No, in NCAA history. Is the largest volleyball crowd. Indoor. It has to be indoor. So it excludes the
because the outdoor
Stadium.
is 90,000 people.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, this team is talented, but it's just kind of a mess with like the players here. They don't all like. There's no defensive anything here really, other than Devin Carter and Keon Ellis, like, and Nick Clifford, I guess, potentially. Keegan Murray isn't bad.
Nothing about this team at all. They are the color gray to me. I have no desire to view them at all.
Yeah. And Dennis Schroeder, I guess that was kind of disrespectful to his defense, not mentioning him. But again, he's like 6'1", you know? So it's, yeah, he's a pesky guard defender, but he's not doing anything.
And he's not a big 6'1". Like, he's like just 6'1".
And he's very skinny.
Like, some guys are bigger than they are, like, they play bigger.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't by any wild margin.
Yeah.
So.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's just going to pick you up 94 feet and annoy the hell out of you, is essentially his game plan.
Very effectively, though.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so I'm feeling over. You're going. Wait, no, I'm looking at the Suns again. It's funny how I just said I mixed them up. The Kings. I'm going to go stay away here. This is where I'm going to use my first stay away. Maybe second. Let me look.
I'm going to go under while you ponder your list.
Yeah, I went stay away on the Lakers. So this is my second stay away. And I'm going to use it here. And you're going under?
Yep.
Makes sense. The Southwest, so that does it for the Pacific Division. We are now at a natural breaking point here, so we'll see you on the other side. All right, welcome back. We are going to go through the Southwest Division now to end things off before we take a look at the whole landscape of things and lock in our picks. The first team here in the Southwest, we've got the Dallas Mavericks. 40.5 is their line. They won 39 last year with a line of 50.5 because of obviously some injuries, and then namely, maybe some player that wins a lot of games and scores a lot of points for them being traded in the middle of the night.
The trade that will have the most documentaries ever in like 20 years. How that trade impacted the landscape of the NBA as we know it.
They could start on them now, honestly. They could start reeling them out right now.
Well, we don't know the full after effects. Like, we don't know the outcomes of, like, what does Luka in LA lead to? What does Cooper Flagg being there? If Cooper Flagg turns into Michael Jordan, it's going to piss us all off. But we're going to be like, gosh, dang it.
Yeah, I mean, it's already so crazy that that's how that went. The dumbest trade ever happens, and then somehow also to the same exact team, the biggest jump in the lottery ever happens to get a guy who is like the surefire number one pick that everybody's tanking for.
That thing can be like a generational type of guy.
Yeah.
And then coincidentally, the WNBA also gets one of the more generational talents in Dallas to try to save back. Like, I'm tinfoil hatted about this whole thing.
Yeah.
And part of that makes me wonder if that's why 90% of it's, I'm sure, my Celtics just being beaten down. But I wonder if, like, me just being like, oh no, the NBA's scripted. There's no way there's not something I don't even know if I want to go as far as scripted, but like something's going on. There's no way it's not.
Yeah. I've heard multiple people who like really know the ins and outs of how the lottery works and everything, like defend how like there's no way.
It just happens.
Yeah. Like it's just one of the craziest coincidences ever, which I guess happens sometimes, but it's just so crazy that
yeah.
Like it's almost so crazy that it like has to be a coincidence, because that would be the dumbest like, chain of events ever for the league to orchestrate.
If it was also the first one, I would be like, but you like LeBron leaves Cleveland and then
but also the guy what I was just talking about, the people who are defending how the lottery works, they're talking about the modern lottery. In the past, it used to be you could have faked things, and that's why
very easily. Ewing to New York's another one, and all that stuff
because of the frozen envelope. Back then, it was literally you just reach into a pile of envelopes, and you know what I mean. So like they think that the New York one was frozen beforehand.
I thought it was the bent corner.
No, frozen envelope. It's like that's the two words put together that they name. That's
okay.
Yeah, the frozen envelope.
Which one's the bent corner one?
I'm not sure about that.
Is that the LeBron one then, maybe?
Maybe. It could be LeBron. I think there was something with that. And Derrick Rose like going to Chicago.
When he threw it in there, like it bent the corner like aggressively.
And
that was coincidentally the right one.
Yeah, potentially. I don't remember when Derrick Rose happened, it was ping pong balls at that point. But at that point, I think it was several iterations prior to the current formula or whatever, how they do it now. But anyways, That it's just crazy the history looking back at it.
I get that, but like a computer, they could just say, "Hey, computer, show this."
But they have ping pong balls in the lottery.
Now?
Yeah, so it's the air blowing all the ping pong balls in the air, and like one of them reaches the, so it's
they can do a magnet.
Maybe, I guess, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I've heard from people who I trust, like Zach Lowe, and people who do know people who know the ins and outs of it, talk about how it's like they don't think people the closest to it don't think it could have been faked, but also it's just still insane. But anyways, as I was saying, like if it was faked, it just feels like it was so dumb by the NBA to do it that way. They should have pulled like a Incredibles. You know what I mean? Like they should have pulled where, Dash in the Incredibles wants to run track, but they don't want to be obvious, so he can't get first place, so he has to get second. Like they should have just done something like that.
And then you could have even paid the team that had first to be like, character issue.
And pass on him.
Just completely just have two people be stupid. Anyway, Dallas Mavericks, 40.5. I'm going to take the under. Because what health is everyone coming back at? Cooper Flagg is a rookie. He could be an absolute demon in 2 years, but the odds of him being an absolute demon out the gate as a rookie, not zero, but not like a super high chance.
Yeah.
How long is AD going to be okay? It sounds like he's still going to need a face mask to start the season, I believe.
Yeah.
Kyrie is also another one where we're like, is this just a wash year for Kyrie? It sounds like he wants to try to come back. If he does force his way
at some point, but it depends on when. I think I've heard like mid-February is when he's supposed to come back.
But what version of Kyrie comes back? There's just so many questions where I'm like, I would just, in a very stacked West, and I've said this, I sound like a broken record. I could have recorded one and then just thrown in over or under, and you wouldn't have noticed. The West is really good.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go the under because there's so many questions that I feel like won't be the answers that Dallas wants them to be. Most likely, if you're a diehard Mavericks fan. Do I think it'll work out like next year when like everything can maybe come around and some health can maybe line up and more cohesion time? Maybe, but I don't know. Stupidity, I don't think is awarded by the basketball gods. You've already gotten your reward. It's Cooper Flagg.
Yeah.
Don't expect it to all gel immediately. And then you're like, oh yeah, we're the 3 seed. No, you're not. Stop. I know this is only 500 for this, but I do not see it in the cards, personally.
Yeah, it'll be close. It really just depends on health, like you were just saying. Like with AD, he's very commonly not been very healthy. And he's coming into the season pretty out of shape because of his injuries that he's had to sit out because of, just not be active, recovering from his surgeries and stuff. So I don't know. That doesn't bode very well, I guess, for like a AD season, you would think.
No, for sure. And then my other question, if they are healthy, how many more games than 41 do you think they win? 5? Like, how big of a bubble if they're perfectly healthy?
Yeah.
Are they that much higher than 41? You know what I mean? Like, if
roster again, as I always forget to pull up each team as we go on to them. I'm trying to remember the point guard they got to hold over the Kyrie situation. I know D'Angelo Russell was in the talks at one point, but I don't think they ended up getting him, did they? Oh, yeah, they did. Okay, it was D'Angelo Russell. So that's the guy that they ended up. He's going to be like the pseudo Kyrie while Kyrie's on the sideline. And they got Delano Banton. Wow, I didn't see that. Nice. I like that. I like that move. I didn't notice that he left the Blazers. He was a big part of that defensive core there in Portland. So, yeah, he'll be a good addition here. And I think at the very least, they're going to be a very, very annoying defense to score on.
Oh, for sure. But the Raptors were that 2 years ago, and they still did not win 41 games.
In different way, though. They had some good switchable
They were just all
wings.
athletic and long. Yeah.
This team is huge. Like, I mean, obviously Anthony Davis, but Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford down there. Like, one of Gafford or Lively with AD is like a monster of a front court defensively. And then
you have PJ Washington, Klay Thompson, just a bunch of long, large dudes.
Delano Banton.
Yeah, like just a bunch
Najee
of
Marshall. Caleb Martin is on this team. Yeah, Dennis Smith Jr. That's really all he brings to the table is defense as a guard. Dante Exum is a good defender. So, yeah, I think that they're good. And also Max Christie is a good defensive player. Cooper Flagg, didn't even mention him, might have been the best defensive wing in basketball in college last year.
Yeah.
So, there's that. It's going to be a good team, I think, for like that, from that point of view, like on that end of the ball or that end of the court, I guess. Dwight Powell is the eternal Maverick. He's still here, playing for their basketball club. But yeah, I don't know. 41 games. It's not going to be easy for this team, I don't think, especially if Cooper Flagg comes in and has some growing pains as a rookie. As also one of the youngest rookies in recent history. I think he's the youngest since they have implemented the current age rule. I think he was like less than a month away from the cutoff where he wouldn't have been eligible to be drafted. Yeah. So that's pretty big. And yeah, I don't know. He seemed to be jumping over every hoop in terms of people's expectations for him at every stop of his basketball journey so far. But so yeah,
this is the one that's going to be the hardest. Yeah, probably.
Absolutely. But yeah, so I'll join you on the under. I think I don't feel great about it, but I am going to join you on the under. I don't know if I mentioned, but last year I locked the under on them with 50.5 wins.
Which worked out.
Yeah. And then moving on to the Houston Rockets, they're probably the city's at least biggest rival, Dallas and Houston. 52.5 is their current line. It was 56.5.
I was like, I love it. I am locking the over immediate overlock. Like, just everything. Like, obviously, what they didn't have last year, they got the best possible. Granted, it's old. It's a lot of money. It's vet money of Kevin Durant. But, like, we just got stagnant offensively sometimes and needed it. Yeah, you got the best guy that could just go do that. Almost alone that's ever breathed oxygen. Granted, he's aging, but, like, who cares? He's a dog. You're likely going to see better years out of Şengün, out of
Jabari Smith, maybe.
Jabari Smith, yes. Amin Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
I hope Reed Shepherd finally gets some play.
I'm sure he's going to have to play at this point.
Yeah, especially with Fred VanVleet out. That stinks. But then you got like Tari Eason, not the same position, but another guy you feel good about. That's just everybody, like, looking at the roster. Steven Adams, Clint Capella, Isaiah Crawford, whatever. J.D. Davidson, whatever. It's main Celtic legend. Then you got Kevin Durant, Tari Eason, Dorian Finney-Smith, Jeff Green, Kevon Harris, Aaron Holiday, Josh Okogie, Alperen Şengün, Reed Shepherd, Jabari Smith Jr., Jayshawn Tate, Amin Thompson. All of those dudes, you're like, yeah, they're supposed to be playing in the NBA. Like, it all works so well, and Udoka has got it cooking. We saw it last year. This is the team that'll have, like, that disgusting thunder meteoric increase. I don't know if I've already said this before. I feel like I've either said it in a conversation with us or on a pod.
I think you said it about a different team in the East last year, or last episode.
I might have. It was the Pistons. But this is another team. They had their, like, little kind of growth moment. They could also just be like, oh, they won 60 games.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, I felt a lot better about that before the VanVleet injury. I just really think this is low key. Like, even before it happened, I didn't look at the roster and be like, wow, VanVleet is like crazy important to this team. Like, it's as soon as that happened and I look at the roster, I'm like, wow, that there probably couldn't have been a worse, other than maybe Kevin Durant. There could have been a worse player to get injured for them. Like, that's the worst luck of a player to get injured, I feel like, because of they've got Aaron Holiday. Like, the point guards they have behind him are like, maybe they
big question marks.
Maybe they could be in a rotation somewhere. Maybe that's the line they're at, not starting games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's big. That's a big jump. And so you're going to have to run a lot of your offense through Şengün, essentially.
Okay.
Maybe.
Hear me out.
Okay.
There's a certain point guard that is on the market and the whole world would rejoice if it happened.
Yeah,
this team's good. Russ Westbrook.
I thought I was gonna blow your mind with that suggestion.
No, that would be awesome. Because Katie and him seem to be chill now.
Okay, that's what I was going to reference. A few episodes ago, last time we had you on, like, I don't know, 4 times ago maybe, you were like, that's never going to happen. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook.
He came up during media day, and apparently they're chill enough.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like, oh, we could win a title, like we could get it done.
Yeah.
Something we never got to do before.
That's my favorite outcome here, is that Russ signs with the Rockets, to be honest. I think that
for a small I mean, he can just do the Fred VanVleet stuff. Like, not in the same way. He'll not be, but like point guard minutes you're not scared about.
Yeah,
and all of
just a guy to handle
weird,
the ball, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And all of his weird, dumb fault things, everyone else will be running at 1,000,000 miles with him except for Kevin Durant. Like, the Thunder just run around.
The Rockets.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The Rockets just run around anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, oh no, it would be
chaos.
Sick. It would be sick.
It would be good. The other thing, I don't know if you've heard any rumors about this, but there's been talks of the Celtics being poached because of their gap year here. Maybe the Rockets throwing a bunch of assets to get Peyton Pritchard or Derek White.
Yeah. No. Yeah, you can take Peyton Pritchard. Don't touch Derek White.
Okay.
No. Derek White is firmly a Celtic until he wants to not be.
Mm-hmm. The thing is with Pritchard, because he's only paid like $8 million a year or whatever it is.
Probably arguably a business better deal. I don't care.
But like the trade there would be Reed Shepherd. Would you take Reed Shepherd for Peyton Pritchard?
Yes, please do it. Do it tomorrow.
I think both teams. I think that helps both teams, honestly, right, in this situation.
And also, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I love Peyton Pritchard, but Reed Shepherd's a dude. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Also, he's just Joe Mazzulla incarnate. Hey, man, play really feisty defense or try and shoot threes really good.
Yeah.
And Reed Shepherd's like, I can do that, and I'm not 6 foot or 5'9".
He's not much taller, but he's like, Peyton Pritchard's probably what, 6 foot flat, maybe? Maybe. Yeah, maybe 5'11", something like that. But
okay, yeah. He's listed at 6'1". I'm calling the biggest cap of all time.
6'1" is the most common lied height. I feel like that's the most common height that people are listed at. That's just a lie. Like TJ McConnell, not 6'1". No way. But that's what he's listed at. That's a lot of people that are like, I think Allen Iverson was always listed at 6'1". No way.
Yeah, there's not a universe. Like, give me a picture of him standing next to Derek White. Derek White is 6'4". I believe that.
Yeah, maybe 6'5". Derek White's like 6'4", 6'5". But Reed Shepherd's, yeah, he's listed at 6'2", which I think he is actually legitimate 6'2", Reed Shepherd. What have you found in your searches?
I found a picture of them. They're not right next to each other, but they're on both sides of Al Horford. And I can't tell.
Peyton Pritchard is also, he's a beefy, whatever he is. Yes. He's a beefy 6
He is a thick boy. Yeah. He's a thick boy.
But yeah, anyways, I think that trade would do wonders for both teams, potentially for the Celtics, obviously, because you're betting on the upside of the potential.
Reed Shepherd side.
Yeah. But like, if you're the Celtics, I think that's a bet. That's the thing you would probably want to bet on in that situation with this, gap year here.
Is Reed Shepherd more expensive than Peyton Pritchard?
Yeah, by a little bit. He does make a little bit more money because he was the 3rd pick in the draft. But
I don't know if I like it as much now.
Really? It's just a little, it's barely. It doesn't put you over or anything.
No, not the fact that it puts us over, but like Reed Shepherd has, they'd end at the same time, right?
Yeah, this is his second year.
When they're due money. Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be, when you're talking extensions, it's probably, it starts next summer. Not this summer that's about to happen after this season, but the one after that.
Yeah.
Is when you would start looking at extensions. Anyways, though, I think that this team is really good and could really get close to 52, 53 wins. But you're locking the over, you said?
Yep.
I think I'm going to go under here. Just because
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Why?
That's crazy.
They don't have a point guard. Aaron Holiday might be their starting point guard.
Nah, that's crazy. Have faith. Trust.
In what? Have faith in what? Have faith that they're going to make a move? Because that's the only thing that I...
No, they're good. They're good enough without it. It'll be fine.
Like, who's going to start at point guard?
They'll figure it out.
Are they going to move it around? Like, is Amen Thompson going to be the starting point guard?
Maybe. I feel like that would work. Fine.
I think he can play a point guard type of role in some minutes, but as your starting and closing point guard, that just feels crazy to me.
Think how gross that lineup could be, though.
I mean, defensively,
If he is defensively, we're gonna win a rock fight. But we'll be scoring still because you'll have
Kevin
him,
Durant,
KD,
and Şengün. Yeah,
Şengün,
Jabari will be the 4 probably. KD 3. Or if you want to go really big, have Steven Adams at the 5, Şengün at the 4, KD at the 3, or at the 2, potentially. Tari Eason or Jabari as the other guy.
Yeah, give that to me. Inject it in my body.
But that team's winning. Also, the other thing with this, KD's health. He just doesn't meet 65 games like ever anymore.
Amen Thompson is going to be insane. Amen Thompson is going to be so good this year. He is going to be unequivocally like, that was their best player by miles. He's going to be
better than
so
KD
good
this year.
Yes.
Okay.
Book it.
All right. That's I'd give that like at least like 4-5 pepper take like there. That's a pretty hot take, I would say.
Yeah, no, to the moon.
Okay.
Amen Thompson will be the most worthwhile $9.6 million player in the history of basketball.
That might be true. But does that mean he's better than Kevin Durant?
An MVP vote. Okay, I need to stop. I'm getting crazy. I'm getting crazy now. Amen Thompson will get at least one third place MVP vote. Write it down. Put it on a t-shirt. Book it.
This season. This NBA season.
I've realized my Rocket love. Just Amen Thompson.
I feel like that might be high for his career.
Nope. Nah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. I just feel like that's on the higher end of.
Nah, my brain works on 2K with max development sliders. He's gonna cook.
All right. I think he's a great young player to have and everything because of like his floor is so freaking high and his ceiling is really high also, but I don't know how likely the ceiling is, but the floor is like he's going to be a all defensive wing that can, at least is like an athletic finisher at the rim and has size and can offensive rebound and, you know,
I think
cut.
You're just a hater.
What? Those are all great things. He's a winning basketball player at the minimum, but is he the best? Candidate. Is he going to be an MVP? I don't know. That's another step. That's betting on him becoming a much better shooter than he is currently.
Yep. Give it time.
Okay. What did he shoot? Like 19% from 3?
Yeah. You make that 25%. Think how crazy he is. Heck, you make that league average. Think how crazy that is. If you make him a league average shooter.
You said that like that's less than 25%. League average is literally 10% higher than.
No, I know. I'm saying if you can get him to be a league average shooter.
So 35, 36%.
Just a regular shooter. That's nuts.
But that's a far cry from where he's at.
I understand.
He shot 14% from 3 his rookie season. 14%. Last year he did shoot 27%, which is that jumps a lot
makes
higher.
The same jump again. Guess what he is?
I guess, but I don't know.
League average.
Also on very minimal attempts, he shot about 1 per game.
Take it.
I don't know. I don't trust.
I want it.
It's definitely not a sample I trust, especially with it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I'm just also. I'm not betting against him being that. Let's be clear here. I think it's not impossible at all. I think that's in his future potential.
Sphere of possibility.
Yeah, in the possibility. I just think it's a little nuts to be like it's like as if it's already a done deal. Like he's going to be that
it's done.
Without a doubt.
Lock it in.
All right.
If anyone would like to join the fan club, hit up our email. I'll make t-shirts. And I'll send out recipes for us to cook together. I'm not going to make it for you.
It's crazy how you're so high on him that you've turned me into almost like an Amen hater, which is like, that's literally one of my favorite guys in the league.
Furthest from the truth.
Yeah.
I'm just such a believer.
Yeah. But all right. Yeah.
Like me and my sisters with Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift pre like 1989.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't keep going, and they did. And they make me look like a hater when low key, I'm an early Swiftie. I was an early adopter. Fearless, great album.
How are you feeling about the Life of a Showgirl or whatever it's called?
It's all good. The song about wieners was off. I didn't vibe with it all the way.
I've heard a lot of people just hate it, but I haven't really. I
think that this is one good positive of it. People will stop acting like Taylor Swift is Kendrick Lamar and everything is deeper. No, the song about is just a wiener song. She's singing about being drunk. That's it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's finish this because I'm getting dead.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry also. And I don't like eating with a mic in front of me. I feel like that's bad etiquette. I hate listening to podcasts. I love thinking basketball. But Ben Taylor, for some reason, loves eating at the beginning of it. I can't stand that. One of my favorite podcasts. I can't do it. Eating into a microphone. Maybe that's a weird thing for me. I've heard somebody in the comments.
That's a pretty universal, normal thing to be like, that's disgusting.
But I saw some people in the comments say ignore all the comments saying, don't eat. I enjoy it or I like it. It's nice.
But that guy's a sick freak that probably likes sucking on toes.
Exactly.
That guy's a deplorable human. Send that guy to Azkaban. Is that the Harry Potter prison? Get rid of him.
I have no idea. Never seen Harry Potter.
I don't discriminate. Whatever that entity identifies as, send it to the moon and don't give it oxygen. That's gross.
Yeah, not a fan of that. Anyways, though, Houston Rockets, I'm going under. You're locking the over on 52.5 wins.
Emphatically.
Yeah, and then and some. If he could do more, he would.
I would double lock. Do I have 2 locks left? I'll spend them both. I'll roll with I don't care.
I don't know who else have you locked in this?
No, it's okay. I don't need to actually double lock.
Okay. Memphis, though, is the next team here in the Southwest Division. Their line this year is 40.5. It was just 39.5 not too long ago, but it is now 40.5. They won 48 last year somehow. That seems really high. 47.5 was their line, so they barely eked over it last year. Even after they had that coaching change towards the end of the season, a couple of weeks left in the year, to the Finnish guy, Tuomas Asilo, something like that. Asilo, maybe.
People would call him TA, right?
That would TA. His last name starts with an I.
T.I. Is it T.I.? I don't know. I feel like I've heard his name. I feel like I've heard his name shortened to something.
Maybe it's TA just because it's Asilo. So A is like a prominent.
It might not be TA. I might be stupid. It also, what was his first name?
Tuomas. Tuomos.
Maybe people are just saying his first name. I don't know. As I've talked about, this is the most I don't care NBA season. I'm not locked in.
And Memphis is like who cares? They're like the most lukewarm team, I feel like, this year, entering this year.
For sure.
Jock Landale, I've heard a lot of people think he's going to start at center, which is like, what? That he didn't even play in Houston. But
that sentence alone makes me want to be under.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I'm going to write you down for under right now until you change your mind. But
nope, that's it. I'm locked. Not locking the under. I'm just under.
Yeah. Jaren Jackson Jr., Ja Morant, obviously the 2 all-stars there. Who knows if Ja's going to have a healthy season? It's been a while since he has, at least either healthy or behaving well. It's been a while since both of those stars have aligned. And then the rest of the crew there, I guess, let me pull up the roster again. I always forget to do that as we enter. And Basketball Reference always has all of these different sections I have to scroll through. And then I have to find Memphis. There we go. Scottie Pippen Jr. is on this team also. Ty Jerome, that was a big addition that they made.
Yeah.
That might end up doing something. Olivier Maxence Prosper, Omax. He's here. Cedric Coward in the draft. That was a big addition as well. Some people think that might be what makes or breaks it. If he's a NBA starter this season,
that's big.
Deserving so, maybe they
KCP
do hit this over. Yeah, KCP.
GG Jackson Is he out for this year? I can't remember exactly what he got hurt with.
He was out his rookie year for.
I thought he got hurt at the very end of last year.
I thought that was 2 years ago. I thought that was at the end of his rookie season. Maybe he did
Am I just
both.
tripping?
He might have done it both years.
He only played in 29 games last year.
Oh, but so I think it was the beginning of that year, though, right?
Maybe it was the beginning. Maybe. I don't know. I might be just crossing wires.
Turf toe.
Turf toe is just when you tear the ligament in your big toe, so it's not connected.
Oh. I guess I didn't know what that was exactly. I knew.
They just call it turf toe.
Yeah. But I didn't know that was that serious, though. I didn't know like it would require surgery. Like that's what I was more like, wow.
Like NFL guys are out like at least the season usually. The severity of it obviously has a large, like if it's just a sprain, then that's like not forever. That's just a couple weeks. But like Joe Burrow had to get surgery, so he's done for the year. Bengals quarterback, almost Nebraska Cornhusker, Ohio State Buckeye, and famously an LSU Tiger.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow.
But yeah, Gigi Jackson, it was the start of last season that he entered the year out 6 to 8 weeks with the turf toe recovering from the surgery. Anyways, though, if he's healthy this year, that'll be, and also if he like pans out to be a real NBA player, which I think he will be, but he still has to declare that officially, John Conchar, Brandon Clark, Vince Williams, Jalen Wells, Zach Edey. Like there's a lot of like playable NBA guys here. PJ Hall, who I actually kind of liked as a two-way guy on the Nuggets last season. He's now here. Braxton Key also used to be a two-way on the Nuggets, but he's a full-time roster spot here in Memphis. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think that 39 or 40 and a half is like unattainable for this squad for sure. So I'm going to go stay away. I think is what I'm going to do, which I believe is my last I'm going to go under here. I have one team. I think I'm going to save my stay away in these last two teams after this one. I'm going to go under here on the Memphis Grizzlies, and you are as well. That will be the way we handle things with the grit and grind Grizzlies that are not really in their grit and grind era anymore. But they still hold that tradition in some aspects. On to the next team in the Southwest. We've gotten the New Orleans Pelicans, which aren't really in the Southwest of the U.S., but they are in the Southwest Division of the NBA. And their line this year is 30.5. It was 29.5, but it has been updated to 30.5 after I guess they just got one additional win after the Zion hype of him showing up to training camp all trimmed and looking healthy and everything. Which you seemed a lot more excited about a couple weeks ago when we were talking.
I've seen more angles and it doesn't look super healthy.
Oh, like a Ozempic type of stuff?
Yeah.
Or? Oh,
like gaunt.
Gaunt.
Like his face looks gaunt.
Okay. What is gaunt exactly?
I don't know how else to describe gaunt other than gaunt.
Is it like just an adjective or is that like a sickness?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an adjective.
Just like a way so you can look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like if you like suck in your cheeks, like you're kind of like gaunt looking. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get you. I just didn't know.
Body wise, he does look big. Like it looks like he's been lifting along with his semi-glutide shots. But I feel like the dude's, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe
I'm
it'll
gonna stay away. I'm going to stay away from this.
I think this is one of the best teams every single season to use a stay away pick on, or just an under. But this is a pretty low line, even for their standards. Last year, their line was 45.5. That was their line last year.
Oh, my goodness. Is this when we all thought that Brandon Ingram would somehow figure it out and they'd all be friends?
Well, they also won 49 the year before last year. So they won 49 games. Immediately the next season, 21.
Nice.
Yeah. So, more than cut their wins. Like they did the reverse Pistons. The Pistons over tripled their win total from one year to the next. The
just
Pelicans did the opposite. So, yeah, not great there. But I used stay away on them last year. You went over on them actually on 45.5. So I think you were probably Zion blue pilled, and I'm sure you probably feel betrayed now.
Probably subconsciously.
Yeah. But I think I'm actually going to go over here just because 30 and a half is pretty low. And I don't know. They've got some guys. They've got a team around Zion if he is healthy somewhat. And a healthy season for Zion is what? Maybe 40, 50 games at this point?
Who knows?
Like if he plays that much, who knows? But yes, Sadiq Bey, Yves Missi, DeJounte Murray also, him coming back and being healthy. That's their second best player right there, DeJounte Murray. Jordan Poole is also on this team, which I always have to keep reminding myself of. Bryce McGowan's is on a two-way here in New Orleans.
Yep.
Hunter Dickinson, who is that? He's 7'2".
Big player from Michigan, then transferred to Kansas.
Okay. She's almost 25 years old.
Yeah,
he's a rookie.
Stayed in college because he was getting paid.
Okay, but he's 7'2". He's on the roster though. Chase Hunter, which is kind of weirdly like he has of his first and last name are some kind of synonyms a little bit. They're related words at least. Chase and Hunter. Yeah. It's kind of interesting. Kevon Looney, Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen, the man they traded a unprotected first round pick for when they could have just taken him literally 6 picks earlier, but didn't. They took Jeremiah Fears instead. Trey Alexander. Yeah. So they've got on their two-way spots, they have a Nebraska player, a Cornhusker, and they have a Creighton Blue Jay as their two-way guys.
Fun.
So fun little rivalry there in the locker room. And then Zion Williamson, obviously. Trey Murphy, the third, who's essentially like, a lot of people are calling better Michael Porter Jr., potentially. Is his like player archetype, just tall, athletic shooter. And then Jose Alvarado, Carlo Maktovic, who I don't even know where he's from. Bosnia, I guess. Looks like is where he's from. BA, at least is the abbreviation. I would guess that's probably Bosnia. Seeing as it has to be like a Balkans nation with the name Matkovic. Sadiq Bey.
Likely.
What did you say?
I said likely. Sadiq Bey, that's a name that is fallen from grace.
Yeah. I didn't even know he was still in the NBA, to be honest, but he was in that Jordan Poole deal that got him here. He came along with Jordan Poole. Herbert Jones, and then Jordan Hawkins, who got all those Ray Allen comparisons while he was at UConn. But yeah. So, I don't know. There's players here. They could win something. I don't know. They could win 31 games, maybe. The more I'm talking about it, the less good I feel about it, but I'm just going to I'm going to go with it. Let's go over here with the Pelicans. I'm betting on health and good things to happen for the city of New Orleans because they haven't had anything good really in basketball terms in a while. And now on to the final team in the NBA, but also in this Southwest Division. San Antonio, the San Antonio Spurs, 43.5 wins is their line. They won 34 last year with a line of 35.5. Would have definitely hit the over if Wemby didn't have to get shut down mid-year. With the blood clot?
On purpose.
On purpose. He had a blood.
It was pretend. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, with the blood clot issue, and then De'Aaron Fox was also injured when he came over. Only played like less than 20 games, I think, for the Spurs.
But I think that arguably was one of the better things that happened to them is that everyone else got to cook a little bit and kind of learn and grow in their own ways. So then when the full strength is there, those guys are more prepared for like moments if they do need to step up.
Yeah, with Stephon Castle.
Stephon Castle is a huge.
Yeah, Devin Vassell.
Vassell, Shohan, like all those guys are guys that now have. Sohan's had a lot of it, but like opportunities now to kind of just go, like because they've done it, and so when the full accoutrement comes back and is there,
I like that.
It'll be a good thing. This is another team I'm deliriously high on.
Yeah, I think I remember when we did the top 10 players in the league because you had Wemby, I think at like 7 maybe, which I don't even think is that crazy. But I think you went on a rant about how they're going.
Also, new knowledge. His summer, Monks, KG, and then Keem Olajuwon and him were hanging out, working on stuff.
Huh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Part.
But that's crazy. If that works in the way that it might.
I mean, famously, Dwight Howard in his early years, a lot of years in Orlando, was tutored or put under the tutelage of Hakeem Olajuwon every summer. But Dwight Howard, no bag in the post.
I have more faith in Victor Wembanyama to figure it out.
I would too.
And to be a sponge to absorb it, as opposed to the guy that, like, as a rookie got in a fight with Shaq.
Yeah.
For granted, petty reasons on both sides, but like, dude, you're new.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to lock the over with my final lock. All right. 43.5.
Over lock for Jacob. Something is happening to my voice. I am sorry. Just a second. I'm out of water. All I have is V8 to try to wash it down, which is more viscous. But yeah, my pick though for the San Antonio Spurs, this is where I'm going to use my final stay away, because I feel like 44 for sure could definitely happen, but it's such a young team that and also with Wemby, so much just rides on him, not only his health, but how much better he is this year than last. Like, how big is that step that he's taking right away?
Yeah.
And also the West is just, it's hard. So I don't know. I just don't feel great about it. Either way. I do feel great about this team moving forward, though. One of the best futures. Might be the roster in the league. If you had to choose one team to just, that's your team for the next 20 years, this might be the team to choose, to be honest with you. Because
like you look at their Dylan Harper, rookie.
Yeah. Luke Cornett.
Then Luke Cornett, but that's not a 20 years thing.
That was the joke.
Yeah. Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Show. I mean, essentially the names we said previously are all like been in the league for less than 3 years and are under the age of 25.
Yeah.
Like all of those guys are. Mm-hmm. But the full roster, you got Dylan Harper's their rookie alongside David Jones Garcia. He's not going to do anything. He's just a two-way. Then you've got Bismack Biyombo, Adam Flagler, Micah Potter, Harrison Ingram on a two-way, Riley Minix.
Yeah, Minix. Mm-hmm.
Minix on a two-way. Lindy Waters III, Jordan McLaughlin of USC fame.
Mm-hmm. Also not 6 foot. Another guy. There's no way. It's 5'9", 5'10", probably.
Luke Cornett, GOAT. De'Aaron Fox. Oh, Carter Bryant, another rookie that they have.
Yeah, one of the best defensive wings. Yeah, in the draft. 3-and-D wing.
Stephon Castle, Kelly Olynyk, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagny.
Mm-hmm. A French friend for the... He's born in the U.S., apparently, it says on Basketball Reference, but he grew up in France, I believe.
Harrison Barnes, Wemby, Keldon Johnson, and Sohan. That's their full roster.
Mm-hmm.
Which, all those are young guys. I'm pumped.
Did you mention Kelly Olynyk? Did you skip right over your Celtics?
I said Olynyk.
Oh, you did? Okay. I just didn't hear it. But yeah, I think this is a good spot for him too, as a stretch big.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Whether it's Wemby and him, or if Wemby needs to sit for 5 minutes, it's not great, but him and Cornette for like 2 minutes will be fine.
Honestly, Wemby and Cornette as twin towers would be...
It's going to be
awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah. Did you see? I'm sure you saw the play where Wemby like just put Luke Cornett into the basket, basically, on that one play. Like he drove. Somebody said, "I'm scared. This looks like Kevin Durant and Shaq in the same play," and it's very true. Like it's somehow accurate.
It's both.
Yeah. He's like graceful in like his Euro step, and then he also like just lowers his shoulder and just moves Luke Cornett out of the way.
Luke Cornett, 7'2", 250, is a big dog.
Yeah,
big
exactly. Exactly. And yeah, some comments were like, when he does that to Giannis, or when he does that, like naming some guys, like when he does that to them, then we'll be scared. But to some nobody or whatever, I was like, this guy is literally
Luke Cornett not moving is like kind of part of his thing.
And he's also much bigger than even Giannis. He's literally like got 2-3 inches and like 10 pounds probably on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, that's a big dude. That is not nothing. It's just Victor makes him look like he's like a 6'9" white guy. Like that's
Because isn't Wemby? Didn't they say he's grown again? He's taller.
They have him listed at 7'5" now, which I think is still maybe a little. He might be 7'6", maybe barefoot 7'5". I could see potentially.
That's crazy. 7'6" and like that in control of your body.
Yeah,
that's crazy, dude.
Well, on Basketball Reference, actually, he's listed at 7-3.
That's not right.
There's no way, yeah. But I'm pretty sure on the Spurs official, like on maybe their website or something, I saw something that said, "Oh, the Spurs finally admitted Wemby is 7'5" or something."
Oh,
but yeah, it's weird. I don't know where all these different outlets and websites get all of their information, but there's different listings of everybody's height and even weight sometimes that you'll find everywhere. That's what makes my job fun in making trivia game videos, having to remember all those numbers. I have no idea what different games we'll have, but I just know the ballpark. Anyways, though, the Spurs, I'm gonna do stay away because like I said, overall though, if I had to do a pick, if no stayaways were allowed, I think I would join you on the over. Would be what I'd do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna use my stay away here. Anyways, that'll do it for the Southwest Division and for the whole West. And now I can pull up my full spreadsheet to have a look at this. So for Jacob, you, I think, have everything you need. Well, I guess I can read you the updated lines out in the East. The Celtics, their line moved up one. I doubt that really changes anything for you.
Nope.
Yeah, you're still going to lock the over. I think I'm going to change my pick, though, on the Celtics. I had over originally. The line moving wasn't the only thing. It's also just kind of me looking at the
thinking
roster
about it without
again.
me being like,
yeah, I'm like, the roster is so thin. It's like, it's not just they lost Jason Tatum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're underrating. I feel like them losing everybody else that they lost with Porzingis and Drew Holiday, and Al Horford, even
Al Horford, Luke Cornett.
Luke Cornett, exactly. So, yeah, literally they're starting big men. Who's going to be playing? Is Luka Garza going to be playing 25 minutes a game as a center? Like that feels like it can't happen. There's no way.
Yeah.
If you are doing that, how are you not tanking? Like, you know what I mean? And at that point, who knows if Jaylen Brown gets like a tweak here and there, like, are they going to set him out for 3 weeks extra for,
No, just the 76ers of like, yeah, we're going to probably, it's 3 to 6 weeks. We're going to roll with the 6 just to be safe.
Exactly.
If you're cool with that Jalen type of thing.
They're not really trying to win all that much this year. But like
Joe Mazzulla
I think exactly. Every night with the roster that is available to play out there on the floor, Joe Mazzulla is going to milk every ounce of effort and,
win.
Yeah. But also he'll do so living by the 3 or dying by the 3, which can also sway things drastically different directions. But you've got a lot of good shooters that you can roll out on the floor for the most part. Even at center with Luka Garza. If you want to put him at center, just have him jack up 7 threes. Like, he can do that.
And he can.
But yeah, so I think I'm going to go... What?
Keita cannot do that.
Yeah, I was going to say. But with all of the excess space that is provided by the rest of the team, though, he will live, tremendously in
comfortably.
There. He'll what's the word?
And we
Thrive.
have a drop off, but we have Baby Al, Xavier Tillman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We'll kind of fill in that void as well. It won't be as good, obviously, but
yeah,
there's going to be some impasse of Al getting older and Xavier Tillman existing where their ability will intersect.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't have any locks written down yet, but I might whip mine out here on the Celtics.
Lock the under?
Which feels like a weird turnaround. The line moves up 1 and I changed it from over to lock on the under. That feels wrong, but I don't know where else to use my locks in the East. I don't feel very strongly about a lot of the lines.
East ones?
Yeah. I think I might use all 3 of my locks in the Atlantic Division.
Wow. I used 2 of mine, didn't I? Because of Haterade?
Yes, you did. You locked the under on the Sixers at 42.5, and you locked the over on the Celtics at 41.5, now 42.5. And then the Nets line, they went down 1. From 20.5 to 19.5. I was over, so I'll probably stay there. You were under. I don't know if you want to update that at all.
I'll stick it.
Okay, you'll stick with that because they're very bad. They're a very bad team.
I also think Michael Porter Jr. is just going to suck.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
he is going to be in Jokic's Hall of Fame speech for all of us. Not like the actual one, but like all of us talking about Jokic as a player will be like, holy crap. Michael Porter Jr. was propped up by this guy and how good he looked to how bad he is in reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, potentially. If he doesn't expand his game at all, I could very well see that. If he's just a shooter, like there's not a lot in Brooklyn to really set him up all that much, other than all those passers they got, but they don't really have like an offensive ecosystem to generate those types of shots. Yeah. So I don't love it, but I do feel. I guess I don't know why I'm going over, but I am. I don't know. New York Knicks 53.5 was their line. Now it's 52.5. That's the only other team though in the Atlantic that changed. But we were both over, so that's good for us.
Good for us.
Yeah. I'm going to change my over to a lock, though, I think. I'm going to lock the over on 52.5. I don't know why it went down. The Knicks? I don't know if anything happened recently that...
Not that I've seen.
And they're just so deep now. They went from, like, being one of the most, like, you know, only their starters play to, like, now they have, like, all this depth. It's pretty crazy.
12 to 12 deep comfortably.
Yeah. With adding all those guys, Yabusele and Malcolm Brogdon, Jordan Clarkson. So, yeah, good moves there. I'm going to lock the over on that. And then Philadelphia is the other team. I think I'm going to lock the over on the Sixers. 42.5. Just because I feel like it's like I wouldn't be surprised if they go under. But the thing is, if they are healthy at all, they're going over. So it's like a 55%. I don't know. You get what I mean? There's not really an in-between world for me. I don't think they'll be close to their line that much.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think they'll be pretty far from it on either side.
Yeah, they'll win 30 games or they'll win 50.
Yeah, essentially. Like this team is just so talented. There's so many good players on it. And Joel Embiid, the recent stuff that's come out about him, you know, with all these players that are like in the offseason getting hyped about, oh, he looks healthy, he looks skinny, you know, there's that stuff finally happening with Joel Embiid, which I feel like that's a first. That's not really been a thing for Embiid in the past.
Well, it's because they can't do it to Ben Simmons anymore. So they have to find a new person.
To do it to Embiid now.
To flaunt.
But so if he has a, I don't know, somewhat healthier, 42.5 just feels like in this terrible conference with the talent that they have, Paul George he can't be worse than he was last year, can he?
Yeah, he can be just as bad and cost that much money still. For sure.
I don't know. I feel like there's no way he's that bad.
No, he's cooked. He's done. I think Father Time has had his way with Paul George.
I don't think he's going to be All-NBA, All-Star Paul George anymore. I'm past that point with him. But, you know, like absolute negative on both ends of the floor, looking like... I don't think so.
Yes.
All right. You feel confident about it. But this is going to be that and the Celtics are two of our biggest swings here because I'm going to lock the opposite pick as you are.
What I locked.
Yeah. And then the Raptors, their line's still 39.5. We both went under, and I think we're both going to stay there, I would assume. Chicago, 32.5. We're both over. Didn't change. Neither did Cleveland. We're over on them as well. The Pistons, 46.5, both over. And then Indiana, their line changed. They went from 37.5 to 36.5. I was under. You were stay away.
I'm going to stay away.
Okay. I really think I might put a stay away here as well. Because 36.5 feels like a decent amount more attainable for them, and I just really think that they have, like, I think Rick Carlisle is very similar to Joe Mazzulla in the way that I can't imagine Rick Carlisle tanking. Like, he's just too much of a freak. You know what I mean?
No, I think that Rick Carlisle is that guy, and the Joe Mazzulla just kind of is also in the same cloth. But Rick Carlisle's the guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where he's like, no, trade me. Get rid of me if you're going to try to be bad.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in this. I'll get fired. I'll work from home. You don't even have to buy me out. I refuse to be a part of incompetence.
Yeah. No, for sure. And then they've got like young players that I kind of didn't even think about last episode, like Jarris Walker coming back and being healthy.
Yep.
He was out in the playoffs last year. And
we talked about Mathurin,
yeah, stepping up, and Andrew Nembhard, I think, is going to be a big key. TJ McConnell, who's another guy I feel like the Rockets might want to go take a look at, is TJ McConnell.
Yeah.
And then who else? Johnny Furphy is another young guy that didn't get really any burn last year that might this year, and might do something. So I feel like they could do it. So that's why I'm going to go stay away on the Indiana Pacers. Also, I don't know if we send it to a break. I'll just try to find a way to manually put in a break between the Southwest and our, looking at this. But yeah, and then Milwaukee 42.5. I went over. You stay away. I'm assuming you want to keep that.
Yep.
Atlanta 47.5. I was a stay away. I think we're going to stay on the stay away with that. And then Charlotte, their line went down 1, which I was a stay away. You locked the under. So 27.5 down to 26.5. Are you going to keep that, or what do you think there?
Yeah, I'll ride. Charlotte sucks.
Fair enough. So yeah, it's weird how the distribution of my picks, but I have all of my locks, 3 of 4 teams in a row at the top. And then and then all of my stayaways are used
at the bottom.
Yeah, in this part of the East.
In the Southeast.
Yeah. And then Miami Heat, their line went up. So 37.5 to 38.5, and you were already on the under.
I replaced. Can I do the under regular on Charlotte and then Haterade lock the under on Miami?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. I felt like that was a move waiting to happen. And I was over on the 37.5. I feel way worse about going over on 38.5. I don't know why. Just one win makes me feel that much worse. But I think I might keep it. Just because I kind of feel like this might be the year Eric Spoelstra finally wins Coach of the Year. This might be the year.
Maybe.
Like it just takes
him like a great white whale.
Yeah. Takes a roster that people aren't expecting to do anything and makes him do something. Norm Powell is on his team now. He's got contributors. He's got Heat culture type of guys. So I'm feeling okay about the over there. And then we have next the Orlando Magic. I was over. You were over. Oh no, you were stay away. You were stay away on the Magic for 15.5.
Because I don't know what I will get. Okay. I'd lean over, but I am staying away.
Okay, and that's fair. That's fair. Wizards 21.5 has moved down to 20.5. We were both, or you were over, so you'll probably stay over.
Yeah.
I was under, but I'll stay under. But yeah, so now in the Western Conference, just to make sure that we have them divvied up correctly.
The correct number of things.
Yeah. I think I do, at least for my picks, because I have mine placed on the spreadsheet as I made most of these picks before we started recording. The Nuggets line, you were a under on, I believe, right?
Yep.
But you didn't lock it or anything crazy.
Nope.
And then the Timberwolves, I was an under on 49.5. You were a stay away?
Yes, because I couldn't do it to my boys.
Okay, yeah. Let me actually open this other sheet to make sure. Yes, you were a stay away. And then the next team was the Oklahoma City Thunder. I was locking the under. Did I lock the under? I don't think I did. I just put under. But on the spreadsheet, I have a lock under for some odd reason. And you were a...
For the sake of chaos, I locked the over.
Yeah.
For the sake of chaos.
You locked the over. I went over on the Blazers at 33.5. And I went under on the Jazz. You were on
double under.
Double under on both of those?
I believe so.
Yes, that is correct. Now that I see that. The next team, we've got the Golden State Warriors. I was locking the under. Did you lock it also? Or did you just go normal under? I have you written down as a normal under.
I might have normal under. I know I'm taking the under because of Father Time.
Okay. I'll just put it as a regular for now, and then we'll see if you have enough locks at the end. And then we've got the Clippers. I went under on the Clippers. I don't have a pick written down for you. I probably just forgot to. Did you use stay away on the Clippers? Maybe
49.5.
I think that is what happened because we did the opposite the next for the Lakers. We've switched it around. Where you went over, but you made a pick and I went stay away. So yeah, under on the Clippers, and then you went stay away on the Clippers, and then the Lakers, I went stay away, you go over. On the Lakers, on the Suns, I go over, you go under, I think. Correct?
Yeah.
Under on the Suns of 31.5. The Kings, you went under, for sure, I remember that. Yeah, you went under, and I went stay away on the Kings. On the Mavericks, I went under, you went under. On the Rockets, I went under, you locked the over, I believe. Definitely went over at least. Yeah, it was a lock on the over. The Grizzlies, we both went under. The Pelicans, I went over, you went stay away.
Yep.
And then on the last team, the Spurs, I went stay away, you went over, but you locked it. So that's your third one.
3 and 3.
Yeah, so you used all 3 locks in the West.
And all 3 stayaways.
Yep. That is the truth. And so did I. So we are all set. Well, actually, no. I only have 2 locks. I have the Nuggets over, and I have the Golden State under. I don't have a third lock. Who in the world should I use this third lock on? I know I took it off of the Thunder, but that's I don't know. That's feeling okay to me, just because it's so high. But I don't feel great about that at all. I'm gonna have to choose. I'm gonna use it on the Clippers. I'm gonna lock the under on the Clippers. I don't feel good about it, but I gotta use my locks, so that's where I'm gonna put it. All right, that will do it. Thank you for listening to this, preview of this NBA season. Hopefully, you all enjoy the season as much as I do. I don't know if Jacob will because of his Celtics not being in the best situation.
Patriots are good.
Yeah,
and Nebraska's good, so I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a great time.
Just not with the NBA.
Not with the NBA.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good season for the Nuggets. I'll be covering it all the way through, much more than I did last year. As we start here, I'm going to be doing at least solo episodes whenever I can, and getting Jacob on whenever he's kind enough to lend his valuable time. And anyways, yeah, thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. Stay happy, stay healthy. We'll talk to you guys next episode.
Peace.